What's up, guys? Welcome into the podcast, the Nerding Out podcast, where we go over some nerdy stuff, anime, video games, that type of stuff. Uh, yeah, let's get into the intro video. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Charm City, welcome in to the stream. So we're gonna talk about some intros first. So I am Squalrish, gamer, podcaster, and anime enjoyer. New announcements. I did just post a Sparking Zero video. Reverse Nuzlocke between DT Dub and I. So check that one out on YouTube and Rumble. And probably gonna post the next one pretty soon in a couple days. Just be on the lookout for that. No real other new announcements besides that. So hit the link tree, hit the buy me a coffee account, all that good stuff. And intro question. Intro question will be name a good PlayStation 1 game. I'm gonna have to go with Tomb Raider. Those had the funniest titties, bro. Like, I like to make fun of like some girls sometimes, be like, man, your titties look like PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider graphics. Alright, 7 Ninja, Secret Cold Sauce, then Brock. Yeah.
I'm a ninja connoisseur, anime connoisseur. Most of the stuff I try to link back to my ninja knowledge, so that's probably what you're going to hear. Regardless, no new announcements. We just did the cookout with Chili yesterday, so if you guys want to check out Chili XD's cookout, see what we were doing there, go there. Regardless of that, we're going to be talking about Dan and how am I blanking? Blue Lock. But regardless of all that, my favorite PS1 game has to be Crash Team Racing.
Oh, Crash Team Racing. Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Secret Cold Sauce.
Alright, everybody. My name is Secret Cold Sauce. You can find me here at the Nerding Out podcast and the Great Nimbus Debates podcast. And what is my favorite PlayStation 1 game? A big part of me wants to say God of War, but I gotta be 100% honest with myself. If I was to fire up a PlayStation 1 today, the game that I would have the most fun playing today, because back then that was the cream of the crop, so God of War was amazing. But if I went back to play it today, it would feel buggy and sluggish and shit. But that old fucking Rayman game,
Okay.
bro, there was this Rayman game that I stayed up many a night to play and try to win and beat this game, and I will still do that shit today. Yeah, so Rayman something. Oh shit, was I thinking of PlayStation 2 with that God of War stuff?
You were,
Yeah,
and I was like,
My
"Did I
bad.
correct him?"
I was going to when he finished.
Now I sound like a moron. Yep, no, I'm going with Rayman something, bro. It was on PlayStation 1. It was the great top. It flipped up. My cousin Ashley had the PlayStation 1. And me and her, we used to play Rayman. There was this Harry Potter game that we played. And we used to play, they had a bunch of games. Yeah, Rayman was the one, bro. That was the one.
Oh yeah, it's just Rayman on PlayStation 1. I don't think there's Rayman something afterwards.
Yep.
Oh,
That
no.
was like the same exact game also on Nintendo 64.
So 2 and 3 were like similar, but 1 was like a side scroller, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this was a side scroller. Yes. And it was and this game was also on Nintendo 64 because I used to play it at my cousin Ron and Dane's house whenever their cousin Nolan would come over, because that was Nolan's game on Nintendo.
You had Omni-Man for a cousin?
No, not Nolan Grayson, Nolan Richard.
Sure. Brockstrap. Take it away.
Just making sure you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
No, we can't hear you at all.
All right, Brockstrap55. I'm on YouTube and Rumble, mostly Rumble lately. Make sure to go check out some of my live streams over there. I play a lot of Pokemon. I do some Dragon Ball Z stuff. It's raining, so if you hear rain drops on my windshield, I'm sorry. And my favorite PS1 game, man. I went over to my buddy's house. I had a 64, but he had the PS1, so it was a little his place, little my place here and there. We played a lot of Tony Hawk's, the very first one that came out. It was a lot of fun.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That was a good one.
Dude, hell yeah. Tony Hawk was another great PlayStation 1 game.
I wanted to say a special congratulations to Brock for getting featured yesterday. Woo woo!
Nice job.
Yeah, we had a Chili's cookout. Man, I was really, really debating on whether I wanted to quit or keep going. But yeah, I made a prior engagement, so I made sure to get the cookout.
I would have showed up a little late, kept it going for a little bit, but that's just me. Or just no, never mind. I was gonna say probably stream the cookout as well.
I think I commented on that stream.
Alright, well, first and foremost, we can start with the anime segment. Alright, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Alright, so we watched a couple animes. Since Dandadan's out, we're gonna start doing like some episode reviews of Dandadan. Keep current up on that. And as well as like do like a season or an anime other review where we watch like a few episodes of something at least. So Dandadan is the hot new anime that's been kind of going around, and it's returned, and right now it's on episode 3, so we're gonna start doing some episodic reviews every time we hit Nerding Out. And then like Wednesdays we will start coming on and like talking about it here or there every other Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, not last Wednesday. This Wednesday I start work early, so I can't make it this Wednesday.
Yeah, and we're gonna wear pink.
Wait, what?
You said that?
We're gonna wear pink.
Nah.
I guess I could make a pink avatar, but you know.
Anyways, so we're gonna talk a little bit about the first 3 episodes of Dandadan first, then we'll move on to Blue Lock. All right. Take it
I am
away,
only
Sim.
caught up to the second.
Oh, yeah, it was about to be
Uh-huh.
spoilers
Okay.
then.
That's no
We'll
problem.
tell you when to mute your mic, get your hearing, I guess.
Wait up, what? There was 3 new episodes at the end of them?
Yeah.
You said it.
Oh
You're like-
my god, bro.
Those were
You're like-
3. Who's you?
said it.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
I
Anyway,
don't know if I've
keep
seen
going,
it all
Squall.
or not.
Let's go.
All right. First initial reactions to episode 1. Take it away, Seven Ninja.
So I'm just happy to see we're back at the world of Dandadan. You know, I'm glad to see like I was kind of expecting Okaroon and Gigi to come. But for anyone who's forgotten, Gigi is the one with the red hair, and Okaroon is the one with the black hair. I was kind of somewhat expecting them to come just at the best time just to save her, but at the same time, it was good to see Momo think on her feet and try to save herself from the. I believe they called themselves alligators. A term for men that act creepily or essay women in onisans. It was good to see that again, see them come back to seeing that, and then it was kind of cool to see that. Cool to see them go back to doing like when they mentioned something earlier on. We'll see it later on in a future episode, so it was kind of cool to see that as well. They've been pretty good about that. Like some animes, like it's just kind of like episode by episode basis, but they've been pretty good about making sure that anything that you might have seen before, especially Turbo Granny, how she's a protector of women that are about to get essayed. She's a protector of Momo in that moment. Like her issue with Momo, even though I think she's better with her now versus like when we first met her, does not overwrite her initial reason for why she does exist, and I'm a big fan of seeing the idea that they are connecting the dots still. Outside of that, action is still pretty good, pretty reliable. They've kept with the trend that if a new yokai takes over a person, there's going to be some kind of a battle. They've been pretty good, and see what else I want to say before I let it go on the Brock strap. I would say that overall, I feel like we're still on the same quality of what the anime was in season 1. Brock strap.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see how this kind of follows the same suit as earlier on when you had all the aliens and being kind of like a weird character. The character designs are really what get me kind of laughing because the aliens are all kind of weird and creepy, and now you have this family, I think, of 5 men and 5 women that apparently been around for a while. But it's interesting to see the new characters and their designs and what particularly is special about them. It's interesting to kind of learn the story on the house and a little bit about Village as well, and to see why they're doing what they're doing. And I'm not sure they're quite human, right? It seemed like they were some kind of other race or species that can live quite a while. And I'm not sure if that's due to the sacrifices or if that's due to what they are. But it is good to see Chi-Chi kind of becoming part of the fold as well. Never hurts to have new, interesting characters. And yeah, it was very, very good to see Momo get herself out of that situation. It felt like one of those like characters getting themselves out of a situation they're in because they know that there's not help coming. And there's a right way to do a girl boss, and there's a wrong way to do a girl boss, I think, and they definitely did the right way. So no, it's good. It's good. Episode 1, good to come back on. I felt very kind of like about the cliffhanger, but it was good to see him pick up exactly where they left off and do it justice. So I'm excited to see a little bit more.
All right, Secret Cold Sauce.
Oh, it's my turn now?
Oh, you can't see me, but I'm nodding.
I'm taking your turn away. Go ahead,
so
Squall.
So y'all telling me y'all are not as excited as I am about the Dandadan return? Because I've been hearing y'all voices all melancholy and yeah, I saw it and this is what happened. And what I'm over here saying is that I've been called it since the last time this show was out that them alligator. Hey, Squad, what are we streaming on right now?
YouTube, Twitch.
Well,
stuff.
Be
Careful.
Use SA
Well,
and alligator man.
All right, so real talk, I felt super uncomfortable watching those alligator men go after, listen to me carefully, a fucking teenage girl. That shit was weird, dog. But I fucking knew that them dudes was part of the fucking ghost shit that had to do with the fucking house. I knew it had something to do with it. Been called it since the last show. I got it right. Booyah! Big points up in Hunter's little checkbox of points that don't fucking matter.
Did he
But
have
it's
five himself?
what was that other thing I wanted to say? Wait, are we just talking about episode 1 right now?
At the moment, yes.
All right, cool. So that's probably everything I wanted to say about episode 1, if I'm being honest, because that's might be the only thing I remember about episode 1.
Wait, did Momo scrap with the old lady in 1 or 2?
I think in 1.
Because I thought she, because they were that old lady was crazy.
No, that was 2. No, episode 2 had all the action, dog. All of it.
I got you. Yeah, that vessel was crazy.
Yeah, episode 1 is what I said. And then, like, at the end of episode 1, the cliffhanger was Momo gets in the house and all these gray-skinned ghost motherfuckers are looking at her and they got her friends. And then that was the end of the episode.
No.
So
the end of
episode 2
1
had
was-
literally all of the action.
No, the end of episode 1 was when the little the big worm turned the Momo, and no, it didn't turn Momo. It was making her like in the underground, just like freaking out. She can't move, and it turned Okarun into that little demon thing, and he was about to kill Gigi.
Oh, that was the end of episode 2.
No, the end of episode 2 is when Gigi and what's his name, Okarun, did the little kick clash.
Yeah. Going back to episode 1 though, we're seeing Gigi, a little more about Gigi, because originally, especially when we're looking at the train scene and all that, to some degree, we think he's kind of got it all together. I mean, his parents are sickly, and they might be dead, but like, you know, we originally think he's got it all together, but then we see that he's letting these people, the are they called the Kito family? I'm gonna go with Keto
We'll
family.
call them the Grayskins.
The Grayskins are over here basically abusing his right to privacy and right to a home. Pretty much, like, we are getting to see that Gigi's got more cracks than you really realize, and we don't really delve into his the ghost part of the story yet, but you're starting to see where we're going to start traveling to that ghost that possesses them in episode 2. And so, like, it was kind of cool to see, like, you know, see them actually go into the idea of what a child that is abused and how they would react to certain people, and how they'll, what's the word I'm trying to use here? Brock, I know you know the word, but basically he's putting up with what they're doing to him, even though he really shouldn't. So it was kind of cool to see. Tolerating. I don't think that's the word I want to use, but I'm going to go with it.
Rockstrap does a lot of that. Personally, I say too much of that.
What, me not being able to remember words?
No, tolerating. You should be like throwing slaps all day long, bro. Big bro just coming in. Knuckles hot.
Bring his personal life into this.
Let's walk past now. Squall, what is your opinion on episode 1?
Episode 1 was cool. I liked it. I think Momo got out of that spot situation by luck, right? Like the wall of the house fell down on the gray, like the gray people. Forgot their names.
Did like that a lot.
Yeah.
I guess you could still call it luck. You could kind of still call it luck, but like Turbo Granny was there.
She was
Like
there.
they didn't know she was there.
I don't think she did anything though.
She did quite
the
a
reason
lot.
the
I
house
remember
fell.
Momo almost dying twice, if not for Turbo Granny.
Now
and
she
Cat
said
Dog.
possessing the good luck cat is what brought the luck. She didn't say that her luck helped or any particular person, but it helped Momo that time.
She said that was lucky.
said that
I remember Turbo Granny said it was lucky. Or something like that.
Lucky that she was here. Lucky that she was here. She's a Sutandre. It's lucky that she was here. Because she's the reason the house fell down. I don't know if you remember what I was saying earlier. The whole reason Turbo Granny exists is because of there were men. No, the whole reason Turbo Granny was protecting the crab monster a while back is because those girls got SA'd, and then unalived, and so now we saw her act again for Momo because she was in a very similar situation. It's still lucky that she was there, but I do think Momo could have got out of that. If she could have got herself, oh, she wasn't binded at that point, was she? She was just kind of.
She wasn't what?
She wasn't binded. She was just kind of like in a
Nah,
tough
she
spot.
wasn't binded. Yeah, she was just
That's later.
surrounded. Yeah.
I do think she could have got out of that, but it would have been a lot more of a struggle.
Yeah, I think she was chilling because then she comes back later in the episode and like they're all there and the grandma is all there. I think she like beats up all the guys with all her powers, but then she like struggles against the grandma. And then the grandma
it's
part was funny.
The
She was
grandma
just
was
OP
crazy.
for absolutely no reason. Like she's just getting all this shit tossed at her and she's just like walking while it was like some Steven Seagal stuff. Like his later movies where he's putting little to no effort and blocking all these punches and hitting back. Like that was like
Bruce Lee vibes as well.
that was the grandma right there, bro. Just straight up,
Yeah.
no effort and just OP for no reason. That shit was
Yeah, but I liked the way that her powers were responding to how relaxed her muscles. Like, cause she was sitting in the sauna for a while, so her muscles were too relaxed to really be like moving a lot. Precision, and so her powers affected that. But then by the time she got home, her muscles like wound up. You know, that was a whole warm up. She just running home. So now she's ready to go. She walks in the door, and they got the whole family of Grayskins up in there. And it's time for Knuckles to fly, son. I'm talking bang, bang, boom, bing. And that's exactly what happened. And then that lady that used to work at the front desk at that place my papa worked at turned out to be a kung fu master on this show. I swear to God, there was a woman that I would see a lot in my childhood that looked just like that gray skinned lady that was beating up Momo.
She was going crazy. That's undeniable. Like
She looked like an old PE teacher, huh?
she does. She does.
Yeah, dude. She
Oh,
was like my old
Oh,
PE
no.
teacher, Miss Debbie Hannigan.
Heck no, bro. That's crazy.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God,
Um,
Squall, did your PE teacher look like that?
Yeah,
Brock, I know yours
I know
did.
which one did.
Deep in the country where you live at.
Everybody got that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and she's
is
married to
good,
like
though.
the history
Right, this
teacher.
is
who's
Trunchbull
a
from
football
Matilda, or
coach.
what are we talking like here?
The girl, the old lady, Granny, the
The
gray
one that
skin.
beat up
that-
Momo looks like a PE teacher.
Yeah, did you have a PE teacher that looked like her, or some other kind of teacher?
We had a few around, but the only PE teachers we had were all male.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I did, and her
Probably
name
being
was
one of
Debbie
them.
Hannigan, and she was fundamental to my childhood. I would have became a much worse person if not for her. So, quick shout out to her being a great woman.
Okay. Wow.
Does he
I'm
sound
about to eat
weird
some
to you?
pizza.
Cool.
Does he sound weird to you? Like Cold
Who, me?
sounds like you're more sober now, or like
I mean, he's always
sounds
sounded
more
weird.
articulate. No,
Oh,
he
you-
sounds more articulate. Something's happened. I'm not sure what it is, but he doesn't sound normal.
There is
Probably sounds more energetic.
No, I tell you what I sound like. I sound like Spider-Man broke up with his girlfriend, and she's been staying at my place.
Oh, you're Paul. Yeah, you're Paul.
I'm
Alright.
what?
You're a guy named Paul. You look him up. Go ahead, Squall.
Episode
2. You want to talk about that now?
Yeah. We'll start with Brock Strap first this time.
Look at Paul. It's gonna be an alien voiced by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, so like Cold Sauce was saying earlier, episode 2 was fairly more action packed. It was pretty cool to see the insides of the house and the what was it? Basically a whole town. It seemed like that was buried underneath. It reminded me of the episode of Futurama when they found old New York. But yeah, they went down to the whole new town. We saw what was actually happening and what was driving a lot of these people pretty much insane. And it was really just a sad story about a little boy who seemed imprisoned. And just it was sad to watch him wither away. He seemed like he was starved. He seemed like he didn't really have any care whatsoever. But he all he did is he looked outside and saw little boys playing, and he wanted to play himself, and that kind of seemed to keep him going for a tiny bit. But any kid that I know that would be in that situation, it was very, very depressing. So I think that's why, as a supernatural entity, that when he's around others, that depressing life that he had caused others to be depressed, and I think it led to them unaliving themselves, if I'm not mistaken. So just very, very sad, but like cool to see out of sad situations like that what positivity some people that can pick up on. And so that's eventually what turned into, I think, was what called the Evil Eye. There's another entity that didn't quite look like the boy, but so they were attached somehow. I can't quite remember, but the Evil Eye attached itself to Chi-Chi. So now we have Chi-Chi kind of up in his feelings about the whole situation, and instead of wanting to off himself like both it seemed Akarun and Momo wanted to, he was more about helping the child out, helping the entity. And it referenced, maybe that's out of his spiritual awareness, which apparently is masterful, even though that's like literally the first time I think I've heard about it. Maybe the granny might have Momo's grandma at home might have mentioned how he's a genius of some sort. I can't quite remember that either. But yeah, it was just really sad. Right, but it was cool how Chi-Chi embraced kind of the depressing entity itself, and well, now he's taken over against what advice the Turbo Granny cat told him to. She said, "Don't get close to it. Don't get close to it." But it seemed like he just wanted to help, and now he's possessed. So, very, very cool fight scene between possessed Chi-Chi and Okarun, or Momo, I guess. Okarun didn't even come until the end. So I'm expecting this cool fight sequence to happen when I am able to watch the third episode. But yeah, no, it's really cool to see Chi-Chi kind of shine. Again, really, really kind of sad to watch. I have two little boys myself, and I can imagine a situation to where I would neglect them to that level by any means. So, I don't know. All in all, it's a good episode, and it really, really sets up well for the next episode I'm excited to watch for.
Alright, Secret Cold Sauce, episode 2 review. What'd you think?
Dude, that purple dude was so cool looking, bro. I mean, he came out and he had them. This dude made those earrings look cool. That's how cool this dude was, bro. I mean, bro, he came out with the Saiyan energy. He looked like he could definitely whoop a Viltrumite while he was fighting Momo. Momo was completely losing every part of that fight. She gained no offense at all. She did nothing on defense. She just fucking got hit, and then got hit. And this fucking dude, like I didn't watch episode 3, so I'm kind of wondering if Momo and Turbo Okaroon, I guess that's what we're calling, is even really gonna be like I think somebody's probably help him.
You're cutting out, bro.
I think somebody's gonna have to come help them. I think that purple. I don't. Okay. Huh. I wonder if we're gonna have to kill that purple dude. So like the pink hair guy is just he ain't like he was our friend, but that evil eye dude he took over his thing, so he's now. So we just got to kill him and then get out of here, or does he get to keep the powers too? Is he gonna be the strongest dude in the show now? This aggravating fucking pink haired dude. Ugh.
Well, with him being the spiritual awareness master that he's claimed to be by multiple other people, and we saw the other girl also get taken over by that entity as well as supernatural person. I wouldn't be too surprised if something similar doesn't come out of this situation too, especially since he seems to be more of a master at that kind of thing than the other girl I'm sure was.
100%.
That's cool to see purple dude.
Alright, 7 Ninja.
I guess I'm up. So, again, the fight scenes of all of episode 2 has really been really good. Oh, we said that was 1, right? Anyway, but the fight scene was great again. I want to say it again. It was great. Seeing Gigi going into the Purple Man state, it's like, how do I describe this? He's supposed to be a spiritual genius, but I guess the reason he wasn't able to fully have control is because he's, how do I want to say this? I guess the reason he doesn't have control is because he isn't trained in it, and so therefore he has no way to really break out. But what I think for Squall, me and you, I think that episode 4 is what we're going to see him have that inner battle. But going back to 2, again, being brought back to the knowledge of what the worm's doing. Man, I kind of can't talk about the worm at all, though. Like, I want to delve into this, Squall, but we got to talk about 3 to talk about this. But to see, seeing the kid in that bad state, I'm thinking about, like, I've watched a lot of Chinese and Japanese and sometimes Korean anime, and one thing that's for certain, if you're like an outcast in that way, the way that kid was, that kid had white hair, if I'm not mistaken. So he might be Western. He might be a Western person that went to that place because his hair was just his eyes, his hair. I'm thinking of a game called Origami, I think. Let me look see if I got it. 'Cause I got it on here. Wild Hearts. On Wild Hearts, there's an American. There's a Jamie. Anyway, Wild Hearts, right, has a American Westerner that came to Japan, and like he's got a lot different hair compared to everyone else there. And so I think he was a Westerner. Now, if you guys remember in Blue Eyed Samurai, they were hiding the Blue Eyed Samurai herself because she was a Westerner, and they called her a Western demon. So I think that's what happened there. And there's also the idea that the Ketos were going to sacrifice him to the big worm. So there's those two ideas altogether. But, seeing that sad story, I think I've seen it enough times now that I can kind of tell when it's going to happen. It was heartbreaking. I can't imagine doing that to some child. I mean, I don't care if I thought they were a child demon. Like, I don't know. I can't see myself doing that to a child. It just seems very unnecessary. Completely. Episode 2 bothered me on that end. Seeing Gigi being good with the ball, I'm thinking of I think he's a soccer player. So seeing him fight with the ball as a soccer player was really, really good. He's got good kicks. He's an athlete. You're seeing that kind of fighting in his fighting, or fighting style in his fighting. Like you see it. So I think that all in all, everything that Gigi's possessed form has works. I think that his willingness to try to... The reason I think that he was so willing to help the ghost spirit here The only reason I think think he's willing to do this is because he has already seen through Momo and Gigi previous spirits that didn't really have any really negative connotations. Like you didn't really see that with the beforehand, and so now Gigi wants to do his part. Because I believe this is also an issue Gigi has, is that he doesn't feel adequate like Okarun is, because Okarun has these powers. And so now he wants to be the guy that's able to help Momo, and he sees this as his moment. I think that's what's happening in episode 2.
That is really good. I agree. I completely agree.
What'd you say, Brock?
I said, yeah, that tracks. That sounds like a pretty good argument.
Alright, Squall, go ahead. I don't want to talk your ear off.
Episode 2 kind of took me for a loop. I kind of agree with Seven Ninja on the part that like the sad part didn't affect him that much, like because we've seen like stuff like that a lot in anime. It was definitely sad. It just wasn't like overwhelmingly sad. But the part that took me for a loop was definitely the part where Gigi gets taken over and he's actually just straight up a bad guy right now. Like, because the last time we seen this was like when they peered into like one of the monsters or ghosts' mind was with like that mom monster ghost thingy, and like after they peered into its mind, like they completely turned around, stopped fighting it, and were just like, we need to help this thing. What the fuck, you know? And then like so this time, same thing happens, and they're like, oh, we need to help this guy. But instead, it just completely does a 180 and takes over Gigi and is a bad guy this time. So that part kind of threw me for a loop.
I think the main issue on why, and I'll just continue till you're ready. I think the main reason that we see that heel turn the way it is because with Silky, she's not a rage spirit, she's just in despair. And so she's trying to find that lost love that she had with her daughter. Versus with this one that's taken over Gigi, we're going to call it the Evil Eye for now. The Evil Eye is a rage spirit. Now, I get the impression that like kids are humans. But when it comes to adults or anyone that looks like an adult, they are considered they are considered humans. Children are considered non-humans to this ghost. That's been the impression I got, because again, he's always good to children, and probably the only reason he's not really fully against Gigi is because Gigi has always been a good guy for the most part. But for the and he's got that kind of childlike innocence that we see early on and even now. That probably allows the ghost to be like,
well, yeah, like in the classroom.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones. He sees that constantly with Gigi. Probably has been following him all these years, and it's only now that we get to this house that we really see that what's been following Gigi all these years.
Well,
so go ahead, Squall. He had more to say.
Yeah, it was like I mean, I could see him being a rage spirit. It's just like afterwards, like before that, it didn't look like he was a rage spirit at all. It just looked like he wanted to go outside and play. He was like poor little kid. He wanted to. He looked like an actual good kid, you know. And then like I think then like once he was burned at the stake, he might have said something like vengeful, like I'm gonna kill all of you or something. I can't remember exactly what he said. So that part was like probably the only hint that he was like a rageful spirit. And then other than that, I think it was the grandma, the cat, and the grandma and the cat. She said like you didn't like they had this conversation where Momo and Okarun were being affected by the worm, the suicide worm. And like he's like, why is it not affecting me? And the grandma comes out like, you don't know, you got super strong spiritual pressure or whatever it's called, spirit energy. Like you didn't realize that. So I think that's why it didn't affect him. Other than that, great fight scene. Like I really like that between the possessed Gigi and the worm. That was pretty sick. Like how he was using like all the angry spirits into like a ball, and then he was using it as a soccer ball. That was pretty cool. And he was just like kicking that thing around, like blasting through the fucking worm over and over. That was pretty badass. Like like animation is top tier in these first 2 episodes. Like that fight scene was dope. Okaroon blasting through the worm was dope. The fight between Momo and the gray skinned grandma was pretty dope. Loving it all pretty much. What's it called? Just hate the damn. I'm seeing like a another pattern of like straight up. What's the word? Cliffhangers, bro. Like season 1 ended on like an annoying ass cliffhanger. Like season 1's ending on a cliffhanger. Season 2 ended on, or episode 2 ended on a cliffhanger. And even episode 3, I'm without spoiling too much, but that's a fat cliffhanger too.
I hope we don't run
Don't
into
go
like
so
a,
damn high with the perviness, man.
What?
What?
Said they need to
That's
tone it down with the perviness, bro. They got way too intense with that shit.
I mean, it's
I
been
think
like
he's talking
that since
about episode
episode 1 of season 1. I think it's gonna stay like that.
It's episode 1 that's really messing with him because I think that earlier I think the whole reason he even wanted to watch the show is because we were talking about what happened to Okaroon. So anyway, I wanted to take a step back because we did see Gigi was copying some of the stuff Momo was doing, probably trying to deal with the spirit himself way back when he was a kid. Even all that energeticness that he has, and the fact that he was living in a very high spirit energy location, probably added to his overall spiritual resistance, if you will, or his amplitude. I think that that's all connected. Where he's living, and also the fact that he met Momo, who was a granddaughter of Santa Ayase. So yeah, he's powerful. Which is odd, though. I gotta say this. It's kind of odd unless we find out something about Momo later. But, like, the fact that Momo has the ability to tap into psychic energy, but we don't see that with Gigi, is a little weird. If they're both...
Yeah.
If he's a higher spiritual power.
I think the grandma said
Was
like,
there a
he's
catalyst
just a
for
late
Gigi?
bloomer. I think the grandma said he's just a late bloomer because like Momo like bloomed like super late as well. Possibly. I mean, I'm not disproving that
also
like
the
it could be
catalyst for
connected
Momo.
though. I'm not disproving that it could be a disconnect. Like it's not connected between Momo and Gigi spending so much time together though. What were you saying, Brock?
Was it Momo's awakened when she was fighting the aliens, basically? Was it there like a catalyst which might have awakened her sooner? I mean, if that's the case, Gigi didn't really have one of those until now.
Yep, I agree
I
with
see what you
Brockstrap
mean.
on this one. I
see
also
what you
think,
mean,
though, didn't he grow up in that house? When he
Yeah.
moved away
Yeah,
when
but
he was
getting
a kid?
abused.
Okay, I
Getting
think
abused
that
came into it.
demon thing with the white hair, I think they've been friends since the pink-haired guy was a little kid. I think that's why he was so hell-bent on going whenever they were down there.
Did
Like, how
Gigi's
weird type of
parents follow
imaginary
the same
friends.
pattern?
His
I don't think
name
they
is
died.
Gigi. That's the pink-haired guy. His name is Gigi.
Yeah.
All right. I think you know how kids have imaginary friends. I think Gigi was playing with that white-haired demon, evil eye motherfucker since Gigi was a little bitty kid, and they didn't pay too much mind to it because kids have imaginary friends. And then they died, so he had to leave them alone. And then he came
I
back.
think they're alive.
We-
I
No, they
think,
did,
I think he
dude.
cut them out. No, because he
They
cut them
did.
down. And I don't
They
think
killed themselves, bro. They
Yeah, but he
killed themselves.
got there early because they were still struggling when he cuts them down. So I think they're weak. Now he could be dead. They could be dead, but I think there might be just
Gigi's
extremely
parents are dead, homie.
Yeah, so Brock, you're asking how did Momo's powers awaken? It just did during that alien abduction. Just
Yeah,
popped
that's what
out of
Doc is
nowhere.
saying.
So this is a correlation
Been
does
through
equal
nothing.
causation moment.
That would cause enough stress.
The correlation,
unlock
causation? What do you mean by that?
Like they aligned, but the one didn't happen because of the other, right? Is that what you're saying? Her powers just happened to awaken during that time?
Yeah, it just happened, and then Gigi's, he straight up just got possessed. I mean, I'm assuming he always
So
had
we're probably gonna
powers.
have to kill him, huh?
I think you're joking.
And lost his bits. Is he still without his stuff?
I think
What's
he's got the ball back. He's always had the shaft, but he just got the ball back. No, I think he's missed. No, he's got both of them,
Yeah.
right?
No. He still needs one more ball. Remember?
Yeah, I think that's
Granny
right.
said that Gigi being able to see spiritual stuff probably has something to do with that ball.
Possibly, it could be.
That can't be
I
right.
pay
because
attention when
he
Granny's
knew about it
talking because
before.
she got on them little bitty gray shorts. I know exactly where to look, so my ears are
brother
just
is
on
lost.
full focus.
That brother's lost.
Yeah.
He lost him. But like, I think Gigi's always had the ability because he knew early on. Versus like we're seeing some more stuff now, but he's always known early on, and we have the example from the Ghost Kid that he met other kids. So there is something I've heard, not only in just anime but just in real life, that kids are a lot more spiritual than adults are, and that's just simply because the more you get older, the less your mind is open, and so
Desensitization.
it's very yeah. And so like what we're seeing with Gigi, he probably already was able to see it, but the thing is, in his particular scenario, it was such a strong factor that it never actually left him. And you know, he never got in a situation with his Keto family like the other kid did. So have they been just bringing kids there or families there, or yeah, they have been. They've either been kidnapping them or they've lived there themselves. So yeah, the whole reason he's probably had more time to spend around it and been able to still see
The
them comes
families
from that very
rent
fact.
from them. They the landlords
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. So I think that's what's going on. They were using children and adults, but they were capturing people to sacrifice to the worm. I think that's in episode 2, because like
Yeah, bro, they've been
we
doing
see
that
them in
shit
the
for
underworld.
200 years. They build a house on that one fucking spot, and then they rent it out, and then some family is living in there, and then they go suicidal, and then they get fed to the worm. And they've been doing that shit since the 1800s.
And we talked about the fact that the Keto family got ate. Like I was kind of expecting the Keto family to get eaten and the worms to just go back to sleep. The way they kind of did like slapstick humor when they did that, and so it's kind of it's still a worm, it's still a beast, but like just to see them he's still going was like no, it's not over till it's over kind of thing. It was kind of weird, but you know, it was funny. It was good to see them get eaten. I was kind of happy about that.
Yeah, I thought they were delusional.
Yeah,
Actually,
just,
I was unhappy about that because to me, all right, this thing eats like one family and then it calms down for like 10 years. Well, it ate that whole fucking family right there. Which is more than 4 people, right? That was 8 people. So why is this worm still going strong, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The evil eye?
Only Evil Eye
Oh, the giant worm.
because they both have that suicide.
Serpent God.
Unaliving. The unaliving energy, okay? Unaliving.
I
Alright.
can't say that.
Yeah, we can say unaliving. We can't say the other one.
My bad, Squall. That's why
Squall
I
already
have
said
to
it.
screaming on.
I think I messed up too saying that.
Oh shit. We're going to jail, y'all.
So, Evil Eye or unaliving worm or power.
Yeah, both of them had the unaliving energy toward people.
The next 8 miles I have are like up like high peaks and low valleys, and in the middle of like 7 or 8 cornfields. So I'm not sure how Discord's gonna work, but I am almost home and I can join from my computer.
All right,
I got you.
sounds good.
Appreciate it telling us. Don't think I'm missing. I guess the only reason I think that the worm is still willing to go for it, though, comes from the very idea that it's a vibrational sensing worm. It did not know they were in a location until they started moving around a lot, and so I think that's what's happening there.
Yeah, I thought that family was delusional after that happened. Oh, it just ate them. Okay. Oh, it's still on a rampage. Okay, so their whole this stopping a volcano thing for generations is just all on their own heads. They're just crazy. That was my first impression when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. What else are we supposed to get from that?
Yeah. All right.
Should we go on to episode 3 since they haven't seen episode 3?
Well, this is where I say Cold Sauce Boxtrap, if you can mute us for a second so we can talk about it, that would be great.
No, it's fine. I ain't worried about no spoilers. Let's go.
I can leave now, actually, just because, again, I'm not sure how this will work, but I can leave up until I get home. I'm sure you guys will probably talk about this for at least 8 minutes or so.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
we'll shoot you a message when we're done.
All right, sounds good. I'll be right back.
All
right.
Now this will be
Okay,
good. We'll
so-
make it part. So Ninja and Squall, y'all describe episode 3 to me. Like, tell me what happened.
The fight. You go first, Seven Ninja. Go for it.
So, the main thing we see here is there's 2 different battles going on. Now, I think what happens in episode 3 is that Okaroon, running away from Gigi with Momo, kicks her up through a chair, doing some kind of leg lift maneuver. Gotta talk about that later, because that what I just said is going to be important when he gets in the fight with Gigi. But kicks her up to a leg maneuver and wastes a what does he call it? Overclock? Or anyway, Gigi wastes 1 overclock to kick her all the way up there, and then she gravels up with her psychic energy. And so this is where one fights. It doesn't start yet, but this is the setup for the top over the ground fight. And then you have the under the ground fight with Gigi and Okaroon. Now, the fight between Gigi and Okaroon. Gigi is working Okaroon over. It's literally like a guy that knows how to scrap versus a guy that doesn't know how to scrap. He doesn't even know how to ball up a fist and throw it. And so Gigi is working Okaroon. But when you say you're gonna hurt my bestie, my girl, bro, Okaroon turned up and it was ready to scrap. Now we're not talking about like he was throwing hands, but when you see how Okaroon does like his exercises, he started using that Squall. What is that specific exercise that Okaroon did? That would probably be a squat to an uppercut type deal. I don't know what that's called.
I'm not sure what that's called, but it did look like some sort of squat, punch upward thing. 2-fisted.
Yeah,
It's called Hadouken.
we can call it that, the Okaruken. So he does about like 20 of those. Apparently, it's not as long as they showed it inside, like in the manga. It's not that long. It kind of reminds me to what they did in JoJo, where it's like there's the 3-page Aura and the 7-page Muda. And so it seems like we got a whole JoJo reference in not only what they did with Okaroon versus Gigi, but also when he's like at the very end, the reason that you lost to me is because you pissed me off. It's like a JoJo talking to Dio when he kills Dio in the very end of part 3. So JoJo reference all over that. But while that fight is going on, Momo has got to get the worm above ground. She was trying to figure out, how am I going to get them out of there? How am I going to get them out of there? And she remembers something she learned back when she was younger with Gigi, was that worms die when they're in the sunlight. There's something about when the water gets under there, because they breathe through their skin, it's going to suffocate them. So they got to come above land. Well, it's super hot especially in the summer, it's super hot. And when they're above the ground, they're very sensitive. They're going to die. And so she had to get the worm above ground. Well, she decides to start. She decides to commit arson to get the house burning in order to get the fire people to drench the ground with water. That plan shouldn't have worked, Squall. I don't feel like that plan should have worked. You know how much water she had to put under there, bro? Like,
Yeah.
dude, they had a whole open area to just go around, dude. And she decides this is just gonna work. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But like, she got the worm above the ground, and she's like, it wasn't even like it was summertime, but the sun was setting. She needed the sunlight to get him. That's all I know. And so she gets the worm outside, and this is when this worm is crackling. His body's bloating up. I mean, he's dying. Then he decides to get behind the house. Now, I forgot to mention. Now, we learned in season 1 that they cannot see these things. When you see a ghost, an apparition, stuff like that, they can't see these things. Your brain basically gives you information in the place of it so that you'll believe that. When they originally said the earthquake happened, I imagined that the earthquake itself is what they saw, but they saw the worm. And so that tells me this worm's got to be an alien. Got to be an alien, because yokai can't be seen by regular people. We've learned that already. Oh, we did not know the aliens could be seen by regular people. So
Yeah, but them grayskins were no regular people either.
No, there's a bunch of regular people there at the fire, and like when the house was on fire and they were hosing it down. I could be wrong, but I don't remember them actually seeing the worm. I remember it was like earthquakes and tremors and shit, and then they just ran. I think I could be wrong about that.
I remember specifically they had a caption that said, "What is that?" Now, an earthquake, you're not gonna say it's an earthquake, it's an earthquake. But when you say something like "What is that?" you saw something. Which is the only reason I think that they saw that. Now they probably can't see. They can't see Okaroon whenever he's going into his demon form, and they can't see Gigi whenever he's going to his. But they could see that worm, which tells us that aliens can be seen, but yokai can't.
Wasn't that just a big ass earthworm though? Like that just was been fed a lot and grew into a huge one.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
But I don't know if it's like, because we saw in that house where Momo went beforehand, I think it was in episode 2 before she gets to the house, or 1 before she gets to the house, she sees this worm or snake skin that she sees inside this hut, talking about this is a yokai, whatever. I don't know if that's a separate thing or not. I got the impression that it might just be like how snakes shed their skin. It was something similar. Where was I going with this? Holy crap. Let's go. I done lost my whole train of
And it
thought.
don't matter, dog. It's a giant earthworm thing.
So
I've seen on Animal Planet, one of them, there's a little that don't never get bigger than like your thumbnail, all right? And there was one they had that got this gigantism disease. It's a tumor in your pineal gland. And this motherfucker got as big as a basketball, okay? So if one of these earthworms could get this gigantism disease, tumor in their pineal gland, this thing could get bigger. And earthworms, bro, they eat and they get bigger, and then they eat and they get bigger. So yeah, this is an earthworm with gigantic.
I thought I was under the impression it was just
you broke
fed
a
a
little
bunch of people for hundreds of years. That's why I got so big.
Yeah, but yeah, to
see
get
that.
big enough to eat people.
Yeah. I could only see that if he got, like... Yeah, it would have to be big enough to eat people. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work.
Think
He
about
probably
it.
was...
This is the
He's
cell
not
arc
worm.
of Dandadan.
I mean, I guess Frieza would be... Who would Frieza be then? If we're gonna go there. Guys, remember we're a Great Nimbus Debates podcast, a Dragon Ball podcast. We had to talk about Dragon Ball.
So
Anyway,
the fights,
The PE teacher looking lady, that's Frieza.
Oh, that's Deborah, if anything. Nah, that's
Alright, so I'll go
17.
with
That's
Deborah.
17. That might be 17 at best.
If we're comparing it to Dragon Ball, I don't think it's.
Oh,
gonna
wait
go
a
in-
second. Hang
It's
on.
not gonna go in
Turbo Granny
chronological
is
order.
Frieza.
It won't go
Turbo
in
Granny is
chronological
definitely
order.
Frieza.
Yeah, Granny definitely has Frieza's old English dub voice. In the English, what's it called dub. It's called.
Sub? Are you trying to say sub or are you trying to say dub?
Nah,
Voice
dub.
acting?
Yeah, because I'm watching it in dub.
Okay.
So the Granny has the same voice as Frieza's old voice before Kai took over and redubbed. But fight scene between
thought he
Okarun. He?
Frieza? I thought Frieza's voice died. In dub.
Nah.
Or am I thinking of
Nah.
somebody else?
Nah, Ninja's right. She died.
Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up. Frieza voice actor English.
No, Ninja.
Fuck.
What do you
There's
think?
like 3 English voice actors. I don't feel like looking this up. Alright, anyways.
It was the Japanese voice.
Well, I'm talking about her Frieza's English voice is the same voice actress as the Granny in English.
Gotcha.
Anyways, fight scene. I was kind of disappointed between Gigi and Okarun. I thought it was gonna be a lot cooler. Like Okarun came in so hot, like, oh, you touched Momo. Never do that shit. I thought he was about to beat the shit out of him. So that he just freaking ran, bro. I was like, man, you talked all that yin yang, and this is all you got. Man, the fight ended funny, so that was kind of cool.
You say you talked all that yin yang.
Yeah, he was talking all that yin yang, and he just ran. And like the fight ended cool. I kind of liked like some different details they added in this fight, like when Okarun was getting beat up, like his little teeth mask was like breaking off and it was showing his actual face. So like I thought he was just like straight demon under there, but it was actually like his actual face was under there. I was like he was actually it looked like normal Okarun. That part was kind of cool. So I like that detail. And then the way it ended was just like so over the top. Like it was just making me laugh. Like, oh, he's done with the move. Oh no, he's still going. And like, okay, now he's done. Oh no, he's still going. Like he's still
Always
going.
double tap.
It was like
Hey, what?
it was like 100 tap there. So I was just like, oh damn, that was actually kind of funny. It wasn't like super cool in any way, but it was funny in classic Dan fashion. Other than that, the whole like bringing the worm up was pretty random, and you're right. Like, how did like the water like seep down low enough to like touch the worm to make him want to come out and dry himself up, and unalive himself? That part doesn't really make sense.
Down there. He has that goop down there too, so like that wouldn't have affected him. That orange goop?
Yeah. I don't know where, like, if he's like putting that in the dirt, because like the whole thought
That orange
process
goop was
behind it
lava.
was that the whole thought process behind that was like when it rains, the rain seeps into the soil, and like the earthworms aren't that like high, like low under the soil, so like the water like soaks them, so they come up to like dry up. But like that worm is like super deep down underground. Like, so like the firefighters like spraying down the house, like I don't know how it would seep down low enough to like get to him. You know.
And that chasm that's there. That's a giant chasm just sitting there that it could easily get out the way of and still breathe. It was weird that even happened. I do want to, before you continue, I want to talk about again, like, I thought the coolest part about the Okarun versus GG fight is strictly that he doesn't punch him, He doesn't kick him. He doesn't do anything. And I want to talk about that up kick I was talking about earlier. Everything that we saw Okarun do is all just strictly his exercises. He doesn't punch him. He doesn't. We do see him do a colliding kick to save Momo. I think that was just an extreme situation. He had to do something. But for the most part, everything we see of him do is strictly just his exercise. This dude does not know how to fight, but he does know how to protect, and he does know what he does know. And so, I gotta give it to him. I like what they did. Go ahead, Squall. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, it's been a while since I can't remember his exercises. I do remember one of his exercises where he had like the little squeeze thing to like power up his forearms in class, I believe. Like even Deku from MHA like would use that in class, I believe, as well. But that's neither here or there. Freaking fat cliffhanger again, bro. Like pissed me off. Like god damn it, bro. 3 episodes in a row. I mean, luckily the first episode of Dan, like I didn't watch it till episode 2 came out. Like if I was like just watching it week by week, I'd be pissed off like I am at the end of episode 3. It's like, fuck, dude, another damn cliffhanger. You ended season 1 on a cliffhanger, and all 3 of these episodes on a damn cliffhanger. Now I gotta wait a whole week to just find out what happened again. Shit, bro. But the weird part about it was like the Keto family was actually right. Like they did stop a damn earthquake for hundreds of years. It's like spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Basically, once the worm is brought up overground and dries itself off, it like essentially dies. It unalives itself. And when that happens, the volcano erupts, and that's the end of the episode. I was like, oh my god, bro. Again with the damn cliffhangers, bro. God damn it. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. That like 2 episodes in a row threw me for a loop, and 3 episodes, 4 actually, considering season 1 ending, put me on a fat cliffhanger, bro.
I'm grateful for the cliffhangers because it's bringing back that excitement that I had when I was a kid when I saw a new Naruto episode, and then I had to wait another week for it to come out, for a new one to come out. Dan is bringing that back into my life. Like I'm ready for so you know what I'm saying?
I'm on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's right. Will Goku be able to take Frieza on? We'll find out.
I do kind of want to
Next
speak on the final
year.
piece that you did speak of about the lava thing. I'm wondering, because like the worm cracks the earth, comes outside, and now there's like he's practically damaged whatever the floor was. And he's been digging under the ground this whole time. I'm not someone who studies worms, right? So I don't necessarily know how, when they dig through the ground, how it affects everything. But I feel like, if anything, it is the thing that was going to
put
cause
holes where they pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
know that for a fact, son. I grew up on zoo books.
Again, I don't know how they work, but if I look at what had happened, I don't know if I'd outright say that he was the cause of it in the sense of he was protecting them. But what I actually think happened is that the Keto family were keeping him from doing that because he was the main reason that even happened. That, like, again, it's an alien. It's not a yokai. It doesn't have special technology. It's been burrowing under the ground this whole time, doing whatever. This feels very similar to an idea of, it wasn't that it was protecting, it was that once it does something erratic, it was going to cause the most problems. And I think that's what's actually happening with the Earthwoman in the end of episode 3.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like it's the erratic caused the volcano eruption. It's a very good speculation. The timing of it, I mean, like,
Yeah,
like
it weird.
Anime does do that though, where like they make something seem perfectly explained in one moment, but it's actually something completely different they'll explain later. So I'm not discrediting you there. Like, you could be right there. It could be like the worm did cause it with all that erratic underground digging it did. But like just the timing of like the Keto family getting thrown up. Why'd you do that? You just killed the god serpent. Now the whole village is gonna die. And I'm just like, what? Whoosh! Oh shit, they were right, bro. They were right. That's my first impression, you know. I mean, but you could be right too, and they just throwing us to a whole different direction. Seen it so many times in anime.
I wonder how.
I think that the body of the worm is gonna be a wall for the lava to go against, kind of like a dam, and then the ground is gonna collapse underneath it, because of how much of a chasm that worm made.
I could see that. I can truly see that.
I don't think that worm is long enough to be that wall. Like, it's just kind of like in a little
think about
house
it.
area.
You're lucky enough that lava could flow directly into that hole.
You'll see when
It's
you
a
see
pretty
that
big
Where the
episode.
house is.
You'll
whole
see when you see that
warehouse
episode.
is?
It kind of scrunched up into a ball. It's like about like twice the size of that house that burnt down to a crisp. Right now.
I
You
got
talk about the fact that Momo threw a truck at that house. I think it was a fire truck too. Just straight up chucked it.
Wait a second. They went down. She went downhill to go to the hot spring. The hot springs is gonna stop what's left of the lava after.
A lot of hot spring.
Possibly.
Maybe. I think Cold Sauce was on it a little bit. I think the crack that was originally made by the worm, that we saw just stretch out, so because we don't actually see how far it really goes, and I think that the lava, as it's coming down, Momo is gonna get Okaroon, Gigi, and the cat out, Turbo Granny out, and around this time she's gonna make the hole bigger. I wonder how she's gonna do it, but I feel like we're gonna see Momo make the hole bigger, or at least evacuate the town. One of the two things that's going to happen here.
Yeah, I can see that definitely. It could seep through the crack in the ground that the worm made. I could see that happening more than the worm's body blocking the lava.
Yeah, this is an avatar.
Fat cliffhanger. Not excited about that. The fight scene was good, greatly animated. Just disappointed that like Okaroon was mainly just beat up most of the time. I wanted like a more even fight. And then just Okaroon just damn near plot armors that shit in a funny fashion. But yeah, that's pretty much it for episode 3 review on my end.
At this point, Okaroon needs to learn boxing or something.
He said Okaroon to learn boxing or something.
Yeah, I think that's what he said too.
Is it that bad for real?
Well, like when you said it cut out, then I heard boxing or something.
Okay, I think that Okaroon really needs to learn like boxing or karate. Actually, I think karate would be great for like some high flying kicks from this fucking speed that this dude's got. Yeah, he should do taekwondo for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, now that I think about it, we know this dude doesn't know how to
Or
fight
Muay
because
Thai
of the
or
fact
Wing
that
Chun.
when he's fighting Gigi early on, he's always doing dashing attacks with a double fisted at him. But every time we've seen him do anything when it comes to fighting, his dude's just charging at the guy. We know this guy does not know how to fight yet. So I'm glad to see them kept to that their what's the word I'm looking for? I'm glad to see they kept up to it though.
Okay. All right. I think now's a good
But see,
time.
Okaroon is the kind of guy that he improves himself. Like we saw him, he just started working out. He just decided that shit on his own. Nobody was like, dude, you're in a different life now. You need to start working out. He did that shit on. So now I think after this fight, he's gonna come home and be like, I need to fucking learn how to fight.
Hopefully that'd be cool. Improve himself better. Oh,
Gentlemen, my worst nightmare came to realization a second ago. I didn't realize that I didn't mute my tab, so I was listening to the podcast on my top screen and I heard multiple cold sauces.
oh shit.
It was wild. It was like an echo, and I'm like, oh god. Anyways,
Alright, we're gonna move on to Blue Lock episode review, or season review. Starting now.
were you watching the whole season, or was it just a few, like the first, like,
Oh, whatever
Someone
you
up
can
in the
get.
First five.
Whatever you can get.
I'm pretty sure I got
What?
past 5.
I'm gonna start first.
The
I'm
more
gonna
the
start
merrier,
first.
of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I want to start
I got
first.
flipped. Okay.
It was alright.
It's alright.
It was alright. I can talk about it because I decided I was like I'm gonna try to learn more about it before I.
What
I
episode
stopped,
did
but I
you
was
get
like,
It's the best fucking
not really a
anime
sports
ever.
person. I'm not really a sports anime person, so I was like, I need to. I'm gonna watch at least episode 5, and then we're gonna. Cause I watched it beforehand, right? I'm gonna get into that after we get back. Get into that. Get back. Let me know when the intro's done.
Oh, it's done.
Oh, my bad. So I watched Blue Lock ahead of time before, but for whatever reason I stopped, and I don't really know why because I actually read The Prince of Tennis for a while and I actually liked it. I'm still a little bit lost on that. But like watching Blue Lock, I said I can see why I'd watch this, but I'm not into sports anime. Do not know why. Regardless, I thought it was really cool that they took the shonen approach. They kind of took the shonen approach and the idea of the auras, the kind of power ups that you see. The weird looking eyes were kind of cool. The idea of ego, and we could talk about that more a little bit later. But the idea of ego, I'm kind of agreeing with him. The main guy that tells them about this, I forgot his name, but the bowl cut hair looking dude. I kind of somewhat understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I'm always reminded of like Kobe Bryant's story about like how yes, he's an important player, yes, he's a star player, but it was so important to him his team being up to par with him. I mean, I always every time I heard his story, you'd always hear about how he'd want to get Shaq and the others like up to par, and Shaq was one of the laziest people on that team. And so, I hear what he's saying.
That's
but
because
I
Shaq
also
was
see a good
better
counter.
than them.
Okay, but I see a little bit of a counter to that based off stuff that I've seen in my own in real life. But you know, I will say this: season 1, I heard season 2 had a bad animation. Squall, you can talk more about that because I know you've seen it. But from what I saw, right, I can see why I would watch the show, or at least why you guys like it, because it's got that that Dragon Ball, that Naruto feel of it's a fight, but they're not fighting. You got that energy of it's shonen coded, if you will. You feel that energy of like the aura, the powers, the special techniques, stuff like that. You got that there. Just didn't really interest me that much.
Okay.
I'm done.
Alright,
Let's take the next one.
Go ahead, Brock. What you got?
Unless you want some. I don't care. You pick the order, man. Nobody else was talking, so I'm kind of similar with Ninja here. I never really wanted to watch a sports anime. I was always kind of like I grew up on Dragon Ball, and martial arts kind of and fighting kind of interested me, so that's why I took on the route of Kenichi, right, Busa Rankin, and a few of the other kind of older martial art or fighting style shonens. But when Blue Lock always kind of caught my eye, and then when I was told to watch it, I'm like, all right, sure, okay, sure. And I wasn't disappointed. This actually might open up the like the Prince of Tennis or the what's the volleyball one, Haiku or Haikuyu or yeah, like some of those I'm not gonna just completely write off now because of Blue Lock, because I've enjoyed it so much. It was cool, especially the very first episode when it looked like he could have taken out the only guy that was ranked lower than him and chose to set his goals higher than what he, to propel himself forward and see, and just that I guess the shonen fashion, the little blue swish or whatever that his power is to kick it immediately to the guy that he wants to take out that'll be a problem later down the line. Yeah, just everything about him growing as a person and almost becoming a little bit more ruthless. And as Ninja said, and the shonen coded definitely is right up my alley as far as these animes go. So thank you for suggesting it, and yeah, I might even be interested in watching a few more sports anime.
What's that basketball one? It's like a blue hair and a red hair character.
Kuroko.
That one's goofy. It's not very realistic. I'll put it like that.
Gotcha.
There's other animes that are more basketball realistic.
Gotcha. I guess the one thing I do want to say again, from my view of it, is that we see Isagi say that he doesn't have a weapon. And I think Isagi is just one of those characters why he's probably going to be the best in the show anyway, is that he's adaptable. Like, everyone's adaptable, but like, when you have people that are adapting, and then you've got someone that constantly grows constantly at all times. You might see someone that plays fighting games, like they just started the game, you've been better than them for a while, but they just skyrocket out of nowhere. And so you're seeing something similar with the Isagi, that he's not the best yet. He's really good, but he's not as good as everyone else is in Blue Lock. And so you're seeing him adapt and become better. He's got a super growth if you want to go with that.
He does have a weapon. I don't know how far. Like, I forget what episode it was, but when they win their first match, it's shown at the end of it. It's just not. It's just kind of hard to pick up on what it is, like, because I don't know much of like the soccer terms until like I started watching this show. I'm not even sure if these are real soccer terms, like or if they're just like anime cool stuff.
Yeah, well, I'd like to go now if it's all the same to y'all.
Go for it.
See, one thing I really loved about Blue is that they perfectly encapsulated all the shit that makes playing sports fun. When I used to play like baseball and football and any other fucking team sport I might have did, the type of shit that was going on that field, the type of shit that was going on in that dude's head, figuring out, all right, this dude's good at what kind of counter can I for that if I gotta be the one to counter him. It's fucking, they did it perfectly. I fucking love this fucking show, dude. This was one of the best animes I've ever seen in my life. I can't wait to come home and watch fucking Blue Lock. Honest to God. Like, this show is awesome.
What episode are you on?
I have no idea. We down to teams of 3 now. Matter of fact, teams of 2. We just lost.
Oh, damn, you got pretty far then.
I know, right? I fucking love this show.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him.
So you know what his weapon is then?
Oh yeah, he's got a few weapons now, homie.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. I really like how they make him super like cool, and then like later they're like, oh no, he's actually weak as fuck. Nah, he's actually cool still. He's dope. But be prepared for season 2. Season 2 doesn't have the greatest animation. Apparently, like the developers like scrapped all the animation because they weren't happy with it, so they made it just like PNG shots
It's
with
a
like the
slideshow.
soccer ball moving, and then like the last episode of season 2 like has like some banger animation. Yeah, dude, I watched the show. I forgot like why I liked it so much, and then I rewatched it for like this like just fucking chills, bro. Chills like on like the greatest scenes, bro. Like there's like so many dope moments in the show. It's just like, god damn, so awesome, bro. What the fuck? Like chills, bro. Like the first episode, I think Brock.
Wait, let me cut you off
Echo.
before I forget this. I especially loved in the earlier games where, like, towards the end of the game and the last 2 minutes of the game, they was able to catch people. They had people on the field like deflating, like they were like, "Oh, we up. It's the last 2 minutes. We ain't really got to do nothing," and then they catch them off. But then later on, when you get you don't see that in the better teams. Everything is on the line now. Important, and so they nobody's letting up to the.
You're talking about the first team that they beat, where like they scored and then they were just playing keep away the whole time, right? Since they were up.
No, not really. I'm just talking about like their first few games. There were times where motherfuckers were just standing there. They were just off guard like a motherfucker. And later on, you stop seeing that shit.
Well, what's it called? Damn, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, first episode. Brock, you were talking about how like he was gonna take out the top guy because later down the line he might be a problem. He's more.
It was because of that reason. I think he just wanted to set his goals higher, and that was like
Yes.
the first step.
Yes, he
Yeah.
wants to be the
I got that,
top
bro.
guy. So in order to be the top guy, he's got to aim to beat the top guys. So that's what turned around in him. That's why he stopped going for the weaker guy. And then Seven Ninja, you were talking about like basketball, and like Kobe wanted his teammates to be up, like the whole one for all for one type of deal. I think soccer might be a little different in that regard. Like with basketball, it's definitely more of like your teammates definitely need to be up to par for you guys to succeed and win. Soccer, when it comes to like scoring goals, I do know being like, they call it a striker, but in US it's like a forward. Like I do know being a forward is a lot different than any of the other positions for sure. It's like I played soccer when I was a kid, and I was like a defender, and like I was pretty good at defending, and I wanted to try being a forward, and my coach was like, "You sure? Like it's way different." I'm like, "Yeah, let me try it." And then I was like I was actually just tired running around trying to chase this damn ball all over the place. It was actually pretty tough. And then like I was like, "Hey coach, put me back on defender, yo." He's like, it's hard, huh? I'm like, "Yeah." And then like they do like a pretty good job explaining like why being a striker is different in the show. Like I was like watching it back. Like being a striker, you have to be basically selfish as a striker. Like you have to like look for your goals. You can't just go toward the ball, you know? It's like a whole different animal, like in a whole different perspective being a forward. And like the way Ego explains it is like you can teach how to be a good goalie, you can teach how to be a good defender, you can teach like all these other positions, but like to be good as a striker, you need to like go for the ball, and like strikers have to have a nose of where these goals are. They just go where it's most intense and they gravitate toward there. And there's a lot more to it than that. Like every like episode of the first season just feels like he's explaining or unlocking more levels of depth to what makes a good like forward, you know. I think there was like an episode like why like NBA players and like Messi and like all these other like superstars in the sports world are so good. Like first they start off in like the shittiest of the shittiest like childhoods, you know, like they're in like the ghetto or something, where like the only way to make something of yourself is to dream for something unobtainable, and because you have the drive to get this unobtainable goal, like to get out of this shithole of a childhood, you know, that's what propels you and motivates you to become something so good. And then like that's what the Blue Lock is there for, to give them like, because they're not growing up in these shithole like ghettos, you know, but they're putting them in these life and death, like it feels like life and death. Like either you complete this task, get through this round, or you're going home, your soccer career is over. It's basically
life and death because it's the life that they want, right?
Yes, it basically feels like life and death to these kids, similar to like how like the superstars of today's world grew up, you know. It's putting them in a similar motivational like space. So like I like how he like explains all this crazy stuff that he's doing to these kids, like, and like all this stuff is like all to make them better, you know, ego, motivation, all that stuff.
Is this camera messing up for you guys too?
Yeah, it is.
what's you
Something
over there?
similar. How far-
Two things I wanted to say.
Hang on,
Number
Brock
one-
first, then Hunter.
All right.
Yeah. Fix your
Wondering
camera, man.
how long ago these were, and it looks like it's pretty similar to the same time Squid Games came out, and I don't know if they took any inspiration from Squid Games, but like just the very, very first, like everybody's going in, get the choice to leave right away or continue, or their dreams are squashed. It felt very Squid Gamesy to me right off the bat. It kind of got away from that, but the everybody striving to be number one and getting eliminated along the way kind of felt Squid Gamesy to me too. Just as an aside.
I could see that. The manga for Blue Lock came out in 2018.
Holy crap.
Okay. Well, maybe
Holy
Squid
crap.
Games took inspiration from Blue Lock.
I was getting the impression of Danganronpa. I don't know if you guys heard of that anime. Like basically, someone kills someone else in order to expand like their living space, and basically, the people that didn't kill someone have to figure out who killed who, so that they don't die. It's kind of similar to that, but every time they would kill someone, you know, they'd get more space. Kind of similar to the idea of like if you grow up in points, like you get better food, you get better training and all that. But it gave me some Danganronpa vibes from it when it came to like this. And they're already climbing the Tower of Power. Something you see in anime is like a Tower of Power or a tournament thing. We're already seeing that, which is kind of weird.
All right, Hunter, I think you had something.
Yeah, two things I want to talk about. Two characters, okay? There's the three most important characters of this show. There's the blue-haired main character guy, and then there is the very bold choice, and I'm so glad that they went with it, the femboy. I don't remember his name, but he's got the little blonde highlights in his hair. Wasn't that?
Batra?
Yeah, Bachira.
Bachira, yeah. That fucking dude, first of all, bold choice. And congratulations, y'all pulled it off. That shit was perfectly done. That was just the right amount of feminine touch that we need on a team that don't have cheerleaders. That shit was done perfectly. Second,
What's up with them calling? Well, Chisagi was referred to as the lady, right? The pink-haired guy, the long pink-haired speed guy.
Nope, not at all. That's a dude. Don't talk about my boy like that. He's
I know he's
a
a dude, but he was referred to as the lady on the team by the other
they call
player.
him Missy, or something like that.
Yeah.
whatever.
Don't talk
Anyway,
better stuff.
So, and then the second, third most important character, or probably actually this dude is probably more important than the femboy character. But the fucking evil genius skinny guy with the bowl cut like Gohan had glasses, the one in charge thing. Bruh, what a fucking awesome. He's not even an antagonist. Like, he's just pulling all the strings that's making our protagonist grow and grow in power and achieve his dream, probably, of playing for the pros. So, I mean, he's like, they break it down. They got these tests that are perfectly positioning each player for what they testing them for. I mean, this shit was fucking really well. Awesome, dog. For real. This is better than any football camp that I've ever been to, ever.
Yeah, show's really good. Like, freaking, what's it called?
For real.
How far did you get, Brock?
I got to the second part, so now they're all going. The 8 versus 8's done. They're down to the top 2 teams plus the 3 top scorers from the other teams, and now they're going in for their second. I can't remember what the vocabulary they used was, but yeah, they're ready to start testing themselves individually to see if they get to the next level.
Oh, so you finished that last soccer match then?
No, he's not on 3-on-3.
No, I finished the last 11 on 11.
He's like right before he's right before.
Well, then yeah,
the
you're doing the 3-on-3.
Yeah, they
Right
fought the stupid glasses guy, the white-haired kid, and then the purple-haired. They fought that team, the team Y or not Y, W.
So you
W?
seen his weapon then?
Boxstrap, you saw that guy with the eyes kick those 2 socks and hit one of the socks with the other one.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yep, I know exactly where you are. He's about to start 3-on.
Yeah, he was about to start 3-on-3. Oh man, dude, the 3-on-3s and like stuff is like so amazing, bro. You guys are gonna love that shit, bro. Oh man, I'm so
That
jealous.
shit is such a roller coaster, though, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it feels bad because all right, so he took out the guy right off the bat who seemed to be his buddy, right? He was the one that he kicked the ball into the face of to take out because he set his goals higher.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see kind of a camaraderie too with this team of 11, and they had to have that camaraderie to get better as a team. And now they're going to have to break that camaraderie because again, only one can win. And if they're getting broken up into teams of 3, then now you're going to have to go against your buddies, and that's going to be even tougher. It's like I mentioned earlier. This test is only to make the top guy almost merciless, no matter who the opponent's going to be.
I'm not sure what direction they're gonna take after season 2, but like apparently, like in season 2, they're like the top 11, whatever it takes, 15 to make a team. They do a soccer match against the U20 team, which is like a high school team, and like whoever wins, basically the losers disband and the winner takes over U20. And so they're still gonna be some people are still gonna be together at the end on a team, you know.
Right. I see what you're saying, but yeah, like even with Isagi, right? His whole thing was like, oh wow, that I love this feeling of crushing other people's dreams to realize my own.
That's exactly what I was.
And so he already kind of has that merciless in him, but it's going to be kind of odd when he actually has to do that to people he has a bond with, right? So it's either going to break him, which won't happen because I'm assuming by being the protagonist, he's got the plot armor to become the top guy, right? But it's going to be a different dynamic because those other people he didn't know, but he crushed their dreams and he felt good because he did. But when it's somebody you do know and actually have a bond with, it's gonna warp you into a different kind of monster.
That's true. But I think this anime does it pretty good. Like he builds bonds and rivalries at the same time. Like in season 2,
Right.
Like, hey, bro, I love you, but you're my. I'm gonna crush you next time we battle each other for real. Okay, bring it on, bro. Bring it on. Some like Goku and Vegeta shit type of thing, you know. That's basically how the how it kind of turns.
Not the way he was looking at that dude in the beginning of the show. That was the last thing I wanted to bring up. I remember feeling like that on the field whenever you would just look into the eyes of, and you would just see all the defeat, and they would just wanted to fucking give up, and you felt like a goddamn killer, son. It was a fucking great feeling. And then that's exactly what that fucking dude, he walked way up to that mother. It was me and you in seconds, bro. You could have saved your team, but I got past you. And he looked at that motherfucker and he said, I like this feeling.
Right. Well, you get that in wrestling too, kind of to a degree, because like you'll see the same people, at least if you're in a high school conference, you'll see the same people in your weight range a few different times, and you'll be like, oh, this guy again, or like you might even after a match be, you know, out in the concourse, hey, you know, good match, dude, or like whatever, if you're not too pissed off getting your ass beat. But like even if you were friendly with the guy, he was still in your bracket and you still had to get first place too. So I kind of liken what they're doing in this anime to the feeling I got even when I wrestled in high school.
Man,
But yeah, there was
In the season 3, bro, Squall, the reason I season 3, yeah, it's gonna be centered around that conquering motherfuckers, taking everything away from them because there's so few people left and only one person. You see what I'm saying? So this is really whenever that feeling is gonna be hitting its hot because you're taking so much away for somebody else and you're taking it for yourself.
Hey, I'm not disproving that. I've never had that feeling of like after I won in a sport and I just look at a dude like all defeated. I've definitely had that
when you're fighting.
I've definitely had that primal scream, you know, like when they scored a goal, you know, and like after like I remember one time I was playing in basketball and like in a league, and like I scored like 24 points and we barely won at the end of the game, and like at the end I was like, ah, like I let out like a real nice primal scream. Afterwards, like we all just shook hands like, good game, bro, you're a monster. I'm like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. Other than that,
Yeah, I loved it. I gave it a 5. It's a 5 stars, y'all. It's a cold sauce 5-star anime.
5 out of 10 or 5 out of 5?
5 out of 5 stars. In fact, I'm putting this in my top 5 favorite anime right now. Not even joking. My top 5 all
very
Blue
cool.
Lock.
Very cool.
is now in it.
Just be prepared to be disappointed a little bit in season 2.
Yeah, I heard it's like a slideshow.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I'll still watch it. I'm just hoping season 3 is gonna be a lot better.
Yeah. What's the next segment?
Hang on. What do you think, Brock?
On rating, I was surprised. I wasn't really looking forward too much into going into it again. Kind of like Ninja, anime over sports. But I wasn't disappointed at all. I'll definitely give it a solid 8. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. You know, it's not bad. Would definitely recommend. Hey, what do you want to watch? It's like a good I feel like a sports anime at this caliber would be a very good introduction to suggest to other people that haven't watched anime before. Stuff like Dragon Ball Z can probably be a turn-off if they don't want to watch, you know, 5 episodes with nothing happening except the yellow monkey guy like screaming at the top of his lungs. But yeah, this is definitely a good one to recommend. So just everything like the package deal just feels like an 8 out of 10 to me.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
So, let me go again, right? The reason I'm giving it the 5th star, the reason I'm giving it is because every single part of this show feels like it could actually really happen. Like even when I'm watching the game, whenever you got athletes at this top tier, best of college level, right under the pros, when you see them on the field, when you figuring out who's the best and who should go to the pros, and they running against guys, they will be like 2 and 3 steps in front of them a lot of times and shit. They will be that much faster than these guys. So when I see them on the field and the distance between their bodies and the playing and running and all of this shit, they really got everything spot on. Everything is perfect about this anime.
I like the attention to detail, all the small things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
But like even that ego thing, that's not really like some kind of spiritual superpower or shit. That shit will happen to you on the. You really go athlete. Like I mean, a lot of people. But that's basically what's happening right there. And you just start ball. When you start sprinting all you got, and when you locked in on like across the field, ooh, that's a fucking feeling and a half right there, son.
yeah, I'd give this anime a solid 9 out of 10 at least. It's definitely like, I mean, there's a lot of good like animes I really enjoyed throughout like the last 10 years. You know, Attack on Titan.
Water Sweat.
What?
Anyway, keep
Water
going.
Sweat.
Oh, yeah, like Attack on Titan's up there. Like My Hero Academia is kind of feeling kind of weird. Like it started out really strong, and then now it's just kind of like it's still cool. It's just not like as amazing as it started out. Demon Slayer started out really strong. It's just season 3 just kind of was like, damn, too much damn plot armor. Blue Lock is like up there. It's like I put this one above Dororo. I'd say it's like around as good as like Dan to Dan for me. So I think it's a pretty good one. Like not like cause like I played Stalkers, but like I'm not like I didn't like know like all the terms. I stopped playing when I was like 11 years old, so like I'm not like super into soccer. I don't know like all the meta and everything behind it like I do with basketball. Like not super experienced, but like just watching it just felt really dope. Like it like Brock said, it felt like watching Dragon Ball Z almost, the soccer version. You know, like they almost damn near got superpowers almost. Like there's other animes that are super more realistic. Like in basketball, there's one called Ahiru no Sora. That one might not be appealing to watch to most people because of how technical it is. But like to someone like me who knows like a lot about basketball, it's like, dude, they're explaining real shit in basketball. So to me, it's entertaining. Like this one, Blue Lock, you don't really have to know too much about soccer. You can know the basics, score a goal, then you'll love this show because like just how like beautifully animated and like how hype it is. It's like pure hype to me, you know. When like what's his name, Isagi caught the soccer ball from the afro guy like hair that was covering his eyes, like, oh yeah, this is where the goal is most likely to happen, huh? So you passed it at the end, you're not fit to be a striker. It's like, damn bro, this dude's cold, bro, straight cold. And then like they bring it all the way, he kicks it up ahead, and they bring it all the way down, and then they bring it to one last final kick. Boom, Isagi's right there for the final kick there at the end. Like pure, and then like everyone's just like, bro, how did he get there that fast? And it's just like, bro, dude, so fucking hype, bro, so clean, bro. Like,
That dude,
just thinking about it. What was that, Hunter?
he blue locked in.
Stupid.
Oh no. Oh no. I came back at the wrong time.
Alright, we're doing ratings. 7 Ninja. What are you giving it?
So I actually wouldn't give it a 6 or anything below that. Again, I liked what I saw. I'm just not a sports anime guy. So for what I saw, and a lot of what you talked about does feed into how I feel about it, I will give it an 8. I would give it a 10. I don't know where Squalium is talking about, but you know what?
It's a 9.
I'll give him an 8.
That's
High
all,
as
baby.
Dandadan. You said high as Dandadan. I remember we said like 10 on that. I thought, but you know, regardless, I'm giving it an 8. 'Cause I liked what I saw. I'm not in the sports anime anymore.
All right. Well, if you're gonna give it an 8, then tell us what brought it down from perfection. Tell us what you didn't like.
It's a sports anime.
So
That's it, huh?
I think it's just
That's pretty much
personal
it right there.
bias.
That's what
So,
I'm saying.
so it's an 8 because of a personal biasness.
Aren't ratings only personal biases?
Oh, here. Oh,
You
that's
can
the-
try
yep.
to like.
It's
You can try
important to
give
pay
it, like, a
attention to
rating
how
This
you
is
out of
rate
the
it
best
from
thing that I
fans.
ever saw. I can't believe it. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's the best. I mean, that sounds like straight up biasy. What are you talking about?
Nobody paying me to say that shit. Look, I'm getting
Exactly, so it's
here's what's
biased.
going on. All right, so fans, make sure you get your reviews from me because they don't know what they're talking about.
Oh nah.
What's up,
Also
Photo?
says hates every anime. So that's probably not
Yeah,
a good idea.
I'm shocked. You know what? I'm glad Hunter he likes it, bro. I'm shocked. Like, I thought he was gonna see the main character cry in the beginning, be like, "This show sucks," and then turn it off after that.
Gay!
I got a bloody nose. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try and take care of it.
Oh shit, handle.
He saw a naked girl on screen.
I think it was the raptor
That's
arm
all-
thing he did. Swung his head around.
Bro, why the
Yeah.
fuck my cat don't like canned sound?
Uh-huh. Oh, alright. Now we can move on to QA Gamers website. Unless any of you guys got like some video game stuff to talk about. But gaming segment starts now.
Fight for the
Yeah.
right till the dawn glow. Fight for the right, feel the power flow. Fight with all our might, and the truth will show.
Quickly research some of that shit.
Sir
What
Squalium,
was it?
I don't have a clue what he said. But what did he say?
What'd you say? You said something about Ubisoft?
Yeah,
Ubisoft microtransactions. That's all I
Yeah.
heard.
Ubisoft. They just said something like as a response to some shit to their fans, and it was basically like a middle finger to the fans. It was about as big as when they said players just have to get used to the idea that they can only rent.
Wait, you cut out. Players have
Oh.
to get used.
Players have to get used to the idea that they can only rent things and not own anything.
Players need to get used to not owning games.
Never mind.
I got something
That's what
about
pulled
like
up. That's
mind
what- that's
transactions
what's-
players
that's when the-
experience better.
That's what's in the search engine when I'm typing it. That's what it's like recommending.
Ubisoft claims
Ubisoft.
microtransactions help players experience more fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ubisoft.
talking about.
What?
If we're
Yeah.
talking objectively on the idea of a live game, the microtransactions assist in allowing that game to exist. Assuming that's what they're talking about. Objectively, that would be true on the idea of a live service. And if it's feeding into their other projects, objectively that is true. Of course, it does seem like something like we're just going to say something for shock value.
They said that the microtransactions was part of the game's experience. But if it's part of the game's experience, then why am I paying extra for it?
Yeah.
So you're just talking
I
about
guess they see it as a form of
like,
modding.
paid DLC or something.
Yeah, and that's what people were mad about because the whole reason that for them saying that is because people were saying, why does every single game have so many microtransactions in the game? And that was their response.
Yeah, like
God
gotcha
damn it.
games and shit.
Yeah, they're just cash cows.
I think the only direction I can take into this particular subject is that when I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I happened to see a ninja skin, and I was thinking to myself, should I buy the skin? Because I'm a ninja guy. But then it
Yeah.
kind of hit me. I don't care about this game that much. Like that skin
Right, exactly.
might make me like it a little bit, but I don't like the game enough to want to do that. Now it might help me out a little bit.
But if it was free,
all it is.
you'd be talking about that game later on in life. They have a lot of
Yeah.
ninja in this Viking area, But no, they want fucking $5.99 for it. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like that shit would be acceptable if it was like 75 cents. Like, I'll go with those
Yeah.
prices, sure. I'll fucking buy a shit ton. You'll get way more money out of me. I'll buy everything on the fucking menu if it was prices like that. Every game, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue we're having with microtransactions is they don't travel over to other games. So they're strictly there. And if that game dies, we're looking at something like The Crew where they're trying to cancel the servers there. If that game dies, right, like you lost all your money to that. Now,
Yep.
some will say, well, you got your time out of the game. But the simple fact is that if I bought it, especially if I bought the game, I'm going to want to keep my stuff.
Exactly.
So, really,
Yeah.
the root of all of this is coming back to the fact that Ubisoft crashed the Crew 1 servers, and that's what this is really about.
Well, they've been failing a lot. Ubisoft has been failing a lot, and they are putting and they came out with that Star Wars games where I think you played as like a bounty hunter or whatever. But it's it barely even sold. I remember being excited when I watched the trailer, but then I completely forgot about it. And apparently it's been out for a little while and it didn't sell good. And Ubisoft, whenever people were like, your games have sucking lately, all your numbers are down. I mean, look at how bad Star Wars did. What do you have to say about that? And then you like, Star Wars ain't even. So I'm like, excuse me, what? I was excited for that fucking game. Star Wars is pretty fucking popular. I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but
They didn't stop Disney from destroying it.
Well, I'm not really sure what the saying is here. I see on Reddit, Ubisoft says microtransactions make the player experience more fun. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's the one I'm seeing.
that's the most recent one. Yeah.
I wouldn't say maybe more fun, but possibly more personalized. Like everybody's Fortnite experience is a little bit different based off the skins and the extra stuff they get, and get to personalize it down to the last kind of detail. So I don't know about fun necessarily, but
Yeah, basically, Hunter was saying it's just Ubisoft being stingy.
Money hungry.
Yeah, like to me, it just seems like they're just trying to force it down our throats, trying to make it seem like, hey, think our way, it's more fun if you spend more money. But really, it just
Exactly.
seems like
That's exactly what they're trying to convince us. That it's more fun if we spend more money.
but to me, it just seems like they're just trying to squeeze more money out of us. That's what I'm.
This has the same energy. This has the same energy as it's fun to play with friends. I've heard that phrase. It's like it's more fun to play with friends. It has the same energy as that, which means that that's just the bare minimum. Really. I don't know. Objectively, I could understand it, but I can tell this isn't an objective idea that they're coming to us with.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there's potential to have more fun, but it's also very more annoying, you know, to
Right.
having to keep spending more money instead of them just creating a game and giving us free DLC or having it all in there for us to unlock ourselves, you know, like back in the old PlayStation 2 days. I mean, like,
And if it is in the game, it's a recolor.
yes. I mean, like, on one end, you can make great moments with like microtransactions. Like, hey, Brockstrap, do you have an anime character to play as? Like that.
I
That's,
have the anime character. That'll be
Oh.
both y'all's asses.
Oh yeah. Oh hell no. No one's better than Goku.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Oh
Like-
no. It's glazing him again.
Bro. Like that's like that's a microtransaction experience, you know.
Yeah,
Next to tell me the good dad.
He is a good.
that
guy.
transaction wasn't micro, man. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it wasn't micro.
Them skins are like freaking what, $30 for a whole pack?
Oh shit. Oh, you ain't lying. For some reason, I thought it was like $5. I don't remember.
It's a
what I
game at
paid
this
for
point.
that.
Gee, that's
Yeah,
a game
that's
at
a
this
whole
point.
game.
Yep.
But yeah, shit. Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose. That's not even a microtransaction at that point.
Right, microtransactions to me are like the I would say probably like V-Bucks or like the Helix tokens or whatever on Assassin's Creed to get that skin or the other skin, or maybe you want that particular weapon, or when I think microtransactions, I think like real-time money for in-game currency for whatever purchases you want to make for the like specialty shop.
Right, or like buying a battle pass or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it better be a game that's gonna last if I'm gonna spend money on it. That's all I'm gonna
Right.
say. Like Call of Duty, like I'm never spending money on Call of Duty, bro. Like they come out with a new Call of Duty every year. There's no point
Yeah.
in spending money on a game I'm not gonna play next year.
You want investment and you want longevity out of it.
All right, I'm back.
Damn
Like
it.
Are you-
Fortnite, I might spend some money here or there, cause like that game's obviously standing the test of time, and it's
Oh, yeah.
staying like, and it feels like it's gonna be here to stay, you know. Brawlhalla, I spent a little bit of money on, but I'm not spending any more money on that game. Yeah. Pretty much all.
Honestly, if they killed the battle royale scene, like the game would still flourish because there's just so much more now. Like if they were to kill the battle royale scene, there's still so much more in the game now to do that wouldn't matter.
For what game?
And if you like a game a lot, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm done. I'm good. No.
No, I was
If you like
asking
a
what
game
game
a
you're
lot-
talking about, Seven Ninja.
What'd you say?
I was asking you what game you're talking about.
Oh, Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Like if they were to kill the battle royale scene at this point, like it would not affect the game whatsoever. We could probably still get stuff. They just add in new modes, like how we saw the Rainbow Six Siege type deal. So it's like now that dropped today, or they were just focusing on other modes today. I think everything would be fine. That game, they've done a good job on branching out altogether.
My bad, Brockstrap. What were you saying?
Oh, it's all good. Like my Dokkan battle, right? I've been playing for the better part of like 7+ years, and if you look at my stuff, it looks like I have a lot, but I really haven't spent any money at all. It's play the game, play the game, play the game. Longevity, log in every day, or not every day, but as much as you can. Just hoping you get the right pulls, like especially on gacha games like that. Like money that you spend isn't even going to get you a guaranteed thing that you want. So like, I don't even understand microtransactions, at least on gachas. I mean, the more pulls you do, the more likely, I guess, the probability goes up that you'll get what you want. But yeah, if I do get a microtransaction, it's going to be specifically for the thing that I can buy with that microtransaction. So I think a lot of I think the goal is for these games to take up your time, right? They want that recurring to investors and for marketing, like, oh, look how many players we have, or look at all the play time we have from these people coming on. Like, I'll play the game a lot.
They want residual income. They don't want the checks to stop coming in.
Right. Well,
the
they can get that too from their investors. Like, your time technically is a currency of sorts. So, like, sure, you got your monetary deal, but like, if you can prove to investors, like, oh yeah, just put your market or advertisement right here, we'll prop it up for all these people to see. Look at our numbers we got, right? So it's in that regard, it's a kind of a currency thing too. Or same thing with the company. I'm sure Ubisoft can be like, oh yeah, sure, make sure you invest in us. Look at breaking in just through microtransactions alone, or like, people like playing our games, right? It's almost like a tracking feature, if you would, just for more money.
Is that they are wanting to make businesses, and they are not wanting to make game.
Right.
That's the big problem right there. If the focus is on making a good game, the game is going to come out good. They're focusing on making money. They want to make a business. They want Ubisoft to be a big name in video games so that it would make them guaranteed sales. They can get money. They're not worried about how good.
And I think
for the last 10 years, we've seen Ubisoft not care how good their games are. Their games have been sucking for a very long time.
I missed the first part of the conversation. Are we dunking on Ubisoft specifically?
Basically.
Because, I mean, you look at Nintendo and you look at the games they're pumping out. Like one of the most streamed games I'm seeing right now is that DK, Donkey Kong, Bonanza. What is it? Bonanza? I'm seeing that streamed everywhere. It's a beautiful game. It looks fun as hell. I'm not sure how you can implement any not DLC, but like any microtransactions into that game. They've done a really good job. Now the hardware is pretty expensive to come and purchase right off the, with the Switch 2 plus the game itself. But like, if we're talking about what to do right, I think Nintendo's kind of kicking butt right now as far as like the games are releasing. Now I know they can do third-party developers too, and I'm sure that Nintendo didn't even develop Donkey Kong, but any gamer, like, if that's gonna be the standard, like, for all these other games to get to, like, that's not a bad deal. I like games like Donkey Kong that came out like that, and I hope other games follow suit. It's almost really reminiscent of, and I know there's a little bit of nostalgic feelings to it too, but just the way that it was done, it's beautiful. It looks really smooth. Functionality is great. Just, it's a full game. It's a full game that came out. It's fun too, entertaining, and maybe not for everybody necessarily, but that should be a standard to now. Again, it's expensive, so like you were mentioning earlier, Cold Sauce, if you have to buy a game, it's complete and it's finished, but it costs a little bit more. Like, I would rather go that route.
Yeah, it definitely suck paying $70-$80 and then like, to make it more of a full game, you spend like $5 here or there as well.
Right.
So the problem, Cold Sauce, you're saying with Ubisoft is that they're dishing out these expensive AAA title games and they're slapping microtransactions all over the place in these games. Is that like the gist of what you're saying?
They're making shitty games full of microtransactions, and then they talking shit to their audience.
How are they talking shit to the audience? It just says microtransactions.
They're disrespectful, dog. They're being disrespectful. Everybody was like, "Hey, you got way too this shit to just be part of the fucking game," and then they were like, "Microtransactions is part of the game."
So, do the microtransactions have to be purchased for the games to be completed? And can you have fun on that game and enjoy it without microtransactions? I guess would be my argument.
I mean, I haven't played all of Ubisoft.
They do like what? Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, just a bunch of like rando onesie twosie games out there.
Yeah, like I played a couple of Assassin's Creed games, so I know a little bit about what the fans are talking about. But they basically the fans are not happy with Ubisoft.
Because I've played most of the Assassin's Creed games, and I've never once felt like I wanted to buy a microtransaction. There'd be like a cool sword or outfit, or maybe a horse or mount that you would want to buy, but not ever necessary.
No, I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way that Ubisoft. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not
Sounds like a PR
100%
problem.
sure what I'm talking about right now, but this is something that I got news of. Video game. So this is the only thing I know that's going.
You're cutting out.
Dude, why I always got these shitty fucking mics, man? I was saying this is the only video game news that I know is that people are pissed off at Ubisoft right now.
Gotcha. And you don't particularly know why, outside of maybe
Not a clue. I
one
brought
of
it
the
up to y'all to
causes.
see if y'all knew, and then we just started talking, and then and shit got weird for a second.
Google, why are people mad at Ubisoft? Buggy releases, over-marketing, repetitive gameplay, and perceived lack of innovation in their open-world titles.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's all the same
That's a good
game,
point.
just with different visuals.
And microtransactions.
I think the Watch Dogs was supposed to be kind of something new and not so repetitive, right? And that was like one of their things for a hot minute, but I don't even remember how long ago that was.
Oh,
And yeah, I mean, you can see it on your titles too. Like, oh, here, let's branch out and try something new. Oh, like, I guess that didn't work because sales are down on this thing. Okay, I guess go back to the thing that was selling, right? So people can talk shit on them too, but like, if their numbers are telling them a different story than what we perceive ourselves as individuals, then it's one of those damned
Yeah,
if I do,
actually,
damned if I don't.
I think that's where the frustration between Ubisoft and their fans lie, is the fact that Ubisoft only looks at their numbers. They never listen to the fans. The fans are just on the internet saying this is exactly what we want. Ubisoft is like, well, focus groups kind of say that these numbers suggest that y'all want these things that y'all said y'all specifically don't want. So we're going to add way more of that shit.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So the fans are getting more of what they don't want and less of what they do want. While
But
they're
again,
telling them exactly what they want. And then Ubisoft is like, bullshit, because we're saying y'all want this, and then they come out with it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though, is like it's a hard numbers deal. Like they're following maybe trends, but they're also following what's worked for them and what they see actually rakes in the dough. So like, if you as a customer say, hey, you should get this in, and then I spend the extra money and I pull in this product and then it just doesn't sell, like I'm not gonna do that thing again that you wanted me to do for you because it didn't, like, it costs me more money to do it that way.
But you're going back to the root of the problem anyway. You're comparing it to a business. This is not a business. This is a video game. You can't make a good video game if you're trying to make a good business. You have to trying to make a good video game.
Well, okay, so how do they stay above water?
Like buggy gameplay and incomplete, just all their complaints are based off of the gameplay and what's going on in the game. And then Ubisoft is like, oh, heard your complaints, so we're gonna put more microtransactions and less game to play. We're gonna have like alternate endings, but you're gonna have to buy. It's just shit like that, bro.
Right, no, and I understand that too, but okay, sure. Like, I can't make a game if I don't have the revenue to pay other people to make this game for me. So you say it's not a business. I mean, you're right. You want to do it for the love of the game, but at the same time, you still need some monetary. Like, you need currency to pay people and make it work. So in all technicality, yeah, to a degree, it is a business. Because you can't
Right,
work on
and
no
this
money,
is-
right?
And this is the exact part of the argument where the Ubisoft with Ubisoft. This argument that we're playing out, where those fans are in that argument.
back.
with
Right.
Ubisoft.
Okay, back. You're breaking up. What did you just say? You're breaking up a lot.
Rockstrap,
No,
explain what I just said.
I mean, yeah, you were breaking up for me too. It was kind of hard to pick out everything.
Oh, I thought you were saying yeah and right, so I thought you understood. But no,
The parts I heard.
basically what I'm saying is that where we are in this, like what explaining to me, and then my responses to it is where the fans of Ubisoft are in their argument with Ubisoft.
No, I understand that too. But again, like if you tell me to get, well, that's the thing. Is like, okay, so I'm in charge of this video game warehouse, and you ask me for this, and I bring it into my warehouse for you to buy. But you're the only one person that buys it, and I can only spend so much time on this game and this product, right? Well, no. So the microtransactions aside, I make a new game. I take a leap of faith. I invest in this thing for you, and then it doesn't sell anywhere close to other things. It just flops, right? For whatever reason, not particular one thing, it just flops. It doesn't. It could be a really, really good game, and it just doesn't get marketed right. People don't get excited about it. It just flops. But I have this thing over here that's been selling and been selling and been selling. So you can tell me something as a customer. But my heart, my trends, my cash cow, the thing that's reliable that I know I can make a profit on to invest in these other things is what I'm going to kind of have to rely on, regardless of how annoyed some people get. And
Yeah, that's exactly where because the fans are asking for certain things, and then Ubisoft is saying no, those things we know that y'all don't. So it's kind of like what you're saying. And I can see that with games like Assassin's Creed China. It was like a whole side scroller game, you know? I played like for 5 minutes and then I stopped playing it. So yeah, I see where you coming from, trying to say that that's what Ubisoft is doing.
Right.
And so right now, yeah, Ubisoft is leaning into the open world RPG kind of games that they make, like was the best one. And then right now everything is coming out buggy and just unfinished, it feels like. And so people are pissed off about that, and so they bring those complaints to Ubisoft, and then Ubisoft is like, all right, we're gonna come out with another game and we're gonna focus on microtransactions because we feel like y'all like it. And then people are like, what about all this other shit that we were talking about, like the bugginess and the running into shit instead of climbing up it, and the stealth mode sucking and blah blah blah. And then Ubisoft is like, yeah, Star Wars didn't do good because Star Wars isn't popular right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give yourself your own arguments credence, then yeah, you have to make sure you cover all your bases. So if you have unfinished games and you're releasing that, and then instead of like giving patches, you just throw more microtransactions at the still buggy game after a couple months, then they do kind of take some wind out of their sails there with what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, like that's why actually Assassin's Creed that I'm really glad for Game Pass, because if I had to waste money on these fucking buggy ass games that I only played for like 10 minutes and then gave up on, cool Lord. I mean, Odyssey was the only one that done good. Even Valhalla was really just hard to play, and I wound up I downloaded Valhalla just for this one fucking board game where like you roll dice and you have to choose these cards. It's a very small part of it. much that sometimes I'll re-download this and 120 gigabyte game just for that one little on there.
Right. No, and then something else to consider too. The loudest people are usually the unsatisfied ones, right? You can go, let's say on immigration, right? Just something completely unrelated. You hear all the people that are upset about it, but you don't hear from all the people that are okay with it as well.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a lot more people okay with it. Maybe not satisfied, maybe not happy, but like just okay with it.
Watch yourself.
So all those people that are actually the majority are going to continue buying those games because they're okay with it. So like you hear this, and that doesn't completely credit all of the complaints because those are valid, right? But they're still following the trends with the people that are okay with it. And you're hearing the loudest people that are just loud because they're unhappy. Well, they're just going to be unhappy probably with almost anything that they're given anyways. They're just going to be unsatisfied.
This is what I was talking about when I said the fucking I have this problem with the gaming community where they'll complain about things and then I see the shit happen in my with my older shit. They'll be like, boycott this, don't buy it. And the next fucking game that comes out, they paid with the fucking premium package, pre-order, everything. Right. And it's like, bro, if you want your complaints to be heard, you need to show them in the places that they're looking. You know, like Brockstrap has been saying, they are looking at these numbers. They're looking at what's making them money. You gotta stop buying this shit for a little while. You know it's gonna be buggy anyway. Stop wasting your time and go give something else a try that you've been putting on the back of the shelf for the last 3 years.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's why I kind of wait a little bit. Wait to see some game reviews first. Like, is it trash first? There's some games I might buy on release date, but that's not very often.
Right. Well, today's world, you got really familiar with the developer to get a game on fucking release day. Like I'ma get GTA 6 on release day. I know that game's gonna, but I'm not getting the next Assassin's Creed on release day.
Alright, we're gonna
Speaking
go
of
over
games,
I'm never
Let's check
ever
out
getting
QA
a Dragon
Gamer.
Ball Z game on release day. That's not happening.
Speaking of release date games, we should go over a little bit of release date coming up games on QA Gamer's website.
he put some names in the chat.
Yeah, he put
I don't know.
some what do you say? He put some videos of like some games coming up. Oh shit, what's up, Cap Cheek? Sorry, I didn't see your chat earlier.
Rock, are you wearing the hat?
45.
Are you wearing the hat, Brock?
Some indies just announced on the Indie Watch page. Phantom Squad. Let's see. Oh no, that's not it.
So
Showcase Indie Watch.
y'all, I'm gonna be getting off pretty soon. I got work in the morning.
I got you.
All right, let's check out Phantom Squad.
Hmm?
All right, so yeah, Blue Lock was the best. I'm gonna roll.
Blue Lock
Holy
was
crap.
the bet. You're gonna what?
Blue Lock was the best, and I'm gonna roll out.
You're gonna roll out. Alrighty, dog.
All right,
Yeah,
Optimus
I need
Prime.
to
Glad you
shower
liked
and go
it.
to bed. Thank y'all for having me once again. See y'all later.
Peace.
Later. This reminds me of SAS 4. You guys ever play that on a phone or a PC?
I did not.
Yeah, this is SAS 4. That's exactly what this is.
I played this
they-
game on flashgames.com like 40 years ago.
Yeah,
40.
that's SAS 4. Holy crap.
Addictinggames.com.
Holy crap. But yeah, this is like SAS 4 without the zombies, it looks like. But that's pretty much what this is.
It's
Smash
mission-based.
TV. I bet Q8 Gamers knows what Smash TV is.
Mm,
This isn't quite Smash TV.
gonna call him old Brock Stroud.
Might be a fun
Imagine
time
he's
waster.
about my age.
Might be a fun time waster to play with you guys.
Yeah.
July 18th. Oh, this game
Phantom
already came out.
Look up
Call Protocol.
Midway Arcade Smash TV.
What up, Jamie?
LOL. Oh yeah. Do yeah.
GameCube.
It's probably gonna go through. Yeah.
This reminds me of what's that game called? Not Conan. It's not Conrad either.
Contra?
Contra.
Bad
That's
game
Contra's
little
a
bit.
side scroller. It's basically the same thing. I don't know. The Smash TV is just the vibes I got from Phantom Squad.
Let's see, Hunter's Inc.
I'm interested in an orc game because we don't normally see
Dude.
orcs main characters.
Oh yeah.
Is that an archer orc? Is that a wizard orc?
I don't know. This is
Is that an orc being an orc?
all I can. I can't scroll down or nothing.
See if there's a. I mean, see if there's Hunter's Inc.'s got a trailer somewhere.
Nah, it doesn't. This is everything. Maybe just Steam. It's gonna.
First
Smells
person.
like a roguelike. It smells like a roguelike. No, it smells like a rock and stone. Rock and stone. What am I thinking about? The dwarves going underground. Something galactic. Deep Rock Galactic. Deep Rock Galactic. I'm getting some Deep Rock Galactic from this. A little bit. Kick him, kick him.
Diggy hole.
This one's just a hunting giant monsters game. This one's not bad.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Similar, yeah.
Gives me Monster Hunter vibes.
I don't like porcupine bears.
It's not super polished, but I think that's the art style they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I see these graphics, and I think of Slime Rancher.
Reminds me a little bit of Risk of Rain 2. Although I think this game is a little more detailed.
Oh yeah, it does give me Risk of Rain 2 vibes. The art style. Doesn't look that bad of a game. I probably wouldn't get it, but not bad. Let's see. Charm City said Morals Protocol. I'm not
Yeah.
sure where that is.
They're remastering that game? I thought it was already remastered.
Which one?
Ninja?
The Ninja one, yeah. I thought it was already remastered.
What Ninja one?
It was done on the third one.
Yeah. And, oh, look at how he did the site
The
though. I
third
don't even
spinny
remember
thing.
seeing this before. Yeah. You have to scroll back up.
This?
There was one more
no,
thing.
It was a
It's
rotator.
spinny thing. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the bottom one.
I like how he did this, dude. I gotta check out the site again. I'm like, QA, bro. I'm liking it. Your UI, your hood, all this stuff for this. I'm liking that, dude. That's great. Cause like most news sites I see, they look bland.
How do I-
This,
How do I get to that
I'd be
website
into
again? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to
Oh,
put
hey.
my birthday live on stream.
oh, guys, go back. We need to see that birthday.
They're not gonna see it because I stopped streaming to you guys while I'm doing this.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
since you guys can't see it, everyone else can't see it. All right.
Oh man. What, are they redoing Sifu? 'Cause it was already on PC. Yeah.
I think I've seen Fodub playing this.
Did his breasts get bigger just because he grew older? Is that what just happened? Anyway. I think you should play the Squall.
Looks like a cool game I'd like.
I'm getting
positive
like
reviews.
I've seen this game before, and I feel like it's on the same level as Wukong.
I wouldn't put it up there with Wukong, but I don't think this is a bad game by any means. Looks really cool.
Mhm.
Damn, he just beat up a chick?
Yeah, he was wailing on her. And equal lefts, equal rights.
Damn, bro.
Let's see.
Pretty dope game. Let's see. Up in the so he's talking about up in the featured trailers. I'm guessing these are the featured ones.
Moros, Protocol, Whisper Mountain, Outbreak, Rogue Eclipse, etc.
Oh, this one.
I'm gonna cite myself.
Oh, what is this game? This game looks scary. Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Game looks kind of cool.
Maybe like a Resident Evil deal.
Yeah.
I think it's more Silent Hill now that I think about it. What's this about?
Oh, this game looks really interesting to me. Like, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Is that a
Oh, I am.
Cybertruck?
Like, crap. I don't. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on OBS for everybody. God damn it. Let me put it back.
Um,
Yeah, that looks like a Cybertruck police car to me.
Probably is.
I gotta go back to that. I gotta see this Cybertruck.
It'll come again.
Cybertrucks are way more uglier than that.
Or is it just like a regular old squat truck? Or
Could
SWAT. SWAT truck.
Squat. S- That game looks kind of cool.
Kind
I'm
of
not
fun
gonna lie.
Protocol.
I kind of do like scary games ever since I started watching Markiplier. Yeah, pretty cool. I like this game.
that a new racing game? Stampede Racing Royale. Have to check that out. I'm trying to find that thing for you. I have no idea where it's at.
All right. Well, I think now's a good time to end it. Check out QA Gamer's website, guys. QAgamer.com. You can see a bunch of gaming news, new games coming out. We can go over a couple of the games real quick. Upcoming releases. Today is the 20th. So anything in white has yet to come. Demons told me to make this game. Hell Clock, Monument Valley 3, Wheel World, Wuchang, Super Mario Party is coming out. Killing Floor 3, Total Chaos Split, Wild Hearts S, and many more. So check it out, guys.
Wild what? Well, let me look this up.
What, Wild
Go
Hearts?
ahead, go on. Yeah, I'm like, what? Must be coming to the Switch.
Oh, this looks like another Monster Hunter type game.
Yeah.
Available on the 25th in 5 days, guys.
Pokemon's the first Monster Hunter.
That's more of a monster tamer.
Oh, it might get a DLC then. If this turns out well on the Switch, we might get a DLC for this game. I'm feeling that. Yeah.
Alrighty, peeps. We're gonna end it here. Squall Rush, gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. Hit the link tree, hit the buy me a coffee count. New Sparking Zero video just dropped on YouTube today and on Rumble yesterday. So check it out. Another battle between DT Dub and I, where I may or may not have kicked his ass per usual.
Squall be
anyways.
cheating.
Huh?
Squall
What's
be
up?
cheating.
I don't be cheating. He be cheesy as hell, bro. He be spamming supers all damn day. DT Dub, if you're here, you fucking super spammer. Anyways, no real other new announcements other than that. Tomorrow's Brawlhalla Monday. So check it out if you want to join me in some Brawlhalla madness, and we'll get some games in. All right, Brockstrap, I see
What you like
got
about the podcast?
link posted up. Go ahead, lay it on us.
Brock Strap 55 on YouTube and Rumble. Got plenty of Pokemon stuff here. I do a little bit of Dragon Ball Z as well, and just some random other stuff. But you'll find me primarily here on Rumble and also on YouTube a little bit as well. But come check me out, and come check out Squall's channel on Thursdays. I'm there as well on our Pokemon Soul Link that usually goes pretty well. So check us out then, and on some of the podcasts I'm here as well. So again, Brockstrap55, feel free to check me out.
The Soul Links have returned, and we're back with a vengeance, bro. We fucking failed.
Oh yeah.
I failed, so I'm fired up to get this next one started up again.
All right. What did you two like about the podcast? What specific part?
Blue Lock and Dan to Dan. Anime segment.
More so Blue Lock for me. Blue Lock. I'm glad it was recommended to me. I probably wouldn't have watched it otherwise, but I'm happy I watched it.
Right. So I'm 7Ninja7. I am in Game Chill, MeWe, and Rumble. Should lead you back to my Rumble. And Ninja Connoisseur, Anime Connoisseur, all that good stuff. No new advertisements. Not advertisements. No new announcements. I don't think I have anything except that Brockstrap should be the one choosing the next anime. So Brockstrap, prepare yourself.
Was it mine again?
For us.
No, I think
I
it's
believe it's
Hunters.
yours. Goes.
I think it's Hunters.
Both of
let's-
us had for a period. He'd had about like 2 or 3. I remember that happening. That's the only reason I'm saying that. But if I'm wrong, we can
No,
discuss
I mean-
that afterwards.
I had one in
Anyway.
mind just in case. I don't know if it's gonna be.
So
It
random.
doesn't look like it's on.
Mm,
Maybe I misspelled it. Nah. I'll find it and I'll just type it in.
All right.
Okay. Favorite part of the podcast, of course, Dan to Dan. You know, I'm a big fan of Dan to Dan. They've kept up with the quality, so I'm a big fan. I've got questions, but we'll figure it out as time goes on. Regardless, do we have an outro question?
Nope.
My favorite color is green. So what is your favorite color? And that'll be our outro question.
We've done that one before. What's your least favorite color?
Brown. I don't like brown.
I think we did that one before as well.
Yeah, we did do that one. Alright, what's your least favorite food? No, vegetable. What's your least favorite vegetable? Mine's
Green
squash.
peas.
I don't like squash.
No,
Nah, it's
squash would be good if you put a little bit of brown sugar on it, melted over some butter.
That's usually the issue. It's how it's cooked. It's more important than what it is.
Right.
Oh man.
oh, if you don't put
I'd
any
say
seasoning or
mushrooms.
anything. Oh, I love mushrooms.
Morel mushrooms are fine. The ones you go out, you can steam those, and you can pick off all the ticks you got hunting for them damn things, and then eat them while you're doing that. Fry them up. It tastes good. But any of those like mushrooms out of the can or even fresh bought, and you chop them up, the texture, the consistency, like the taste itself just is never worth all the other things that accommodate or that come along with it. I'm just not a mushroom guy. I don't say tomato because it's a fruit.
I'm changing my answer to tomato.
Well, we all know Cold Sauce likes mushrooms, so we're gonna give him that. And Cold Sauce can be found on Instagram at what is it called?
And
think it's
in old
called
lady's
Hunter, bro.
bed.
Hunter Bro.
Hunter Bro.
BREAUX.
Yeah,
That's some French shit.
bro. And he's from Louisiana, and he's probably looking for a new girl again. So regardless, yeah, who you rating, Skull?
Probably Stuff Central. It's been a while since I rated him.
I didn't see anybody
Oh.
on really. Is stuff still
Stuff.
on? Yeah, stuff's on again. Was he still playing Space? Oh, he's editing his own videos.
Congrats
Ooh.
again to Brock for being featured. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
No
up to 4.1k I think on that video.
a Huge Aegis is on too.
Oh,
We're bringing-
4.22. I guess it's still kind of going.
All right,
Yeah.
check out Stuff Central for the raid, peeps on the Rumble side. Everybody else on other platforms, catch y'all later. Peace.
Sure.
I'm not a crime.